saw Ryan Howard got that last foul. She's like, whatever. Y'all ain't gonna call the game. Y'all not calling the game fair. She didn't like it at all. And I like that about her energy with Angel and the rest of her teammates, with this being actually her team, right? And making sure that her players are being treated fairly across the board. And she actually went up to talk to the refs uh, right around Angel, because it's like, what are you doing? And with her being the leader and the captain of this team, well, I think Nas is probably going to end up being a captain again, because Nas was the captain last year. She's just the more vocal one, because you got the introvert in Ryan. So Ryan ain't going to do a whole lot of that talking. So you got to get somebody who's very vocal, which is none other than Nas. So that's why Nas was given that role, and that's why she have it. Atlanta, dealing with Atlanta's stars, it keeps the offense afloat. And so your stars, you know who they are. They don't always have the same night every time they play, but when one is high and the other one's not, hey, they kind of feed off each other. If Angel ain't able to get what she's able to get, Nas somehow tend to pick up the pace. And that's after the first 4 games of the season, first 5 games of the season, Nas started to pick it up, right? Because we was like saying, where's Nas early on, right? But she's been able to pick up the pace. We like that. She had a slow start even in this last game, but she picked it up, and I'm okay with that, right? The Thunder Twins is what they're being called, according to Angel, and I'm going to show y'all that clip. I think it's pretty cool that they're called the Thunder Twins. It's cool, but let's get back into it. Toronto moved the ball. We talked about the ball movement of Toronto, and the perimeter shooting helped them get back in, especially when Marina Mabrey decided she wanted to get hot. She got on a streak, and once she went on that streak, the distance throughout the first half to the second half was far in between, and it ended up being a great thing for them. But you got to keep players like that off the 3-point line. You got to hold them down and keep them from being able to have the free range, just like they're stopping you. The game remained competitive even throughout while the game was rolling. I think that the Temple definitely tried to make the game very competitive, although it was an extreme blowout, right? But they came back and they did what they were supposed to do, to try to put themselves in position to either get the Dream to fold. I'm sorry, y'all, I'm just turning that sound off. To get Dream to either fold, get them out the rhythm, out of their game, and maybe at that point they can have the momentum swing, and they can basically pull this out. Oh, it's in both places, guys. I got to turn all of this stuff up. Hold on. Hold on. Let's get this. Let's get it. It's taking a minute. Sorry, guys. All right. So got that taken care of. But again, the momentum swift we were talking about, the game remained competitive as neither team was able to create much separation after, we get into that fourth quarter and Marina Mabrey kind of got hot. Just being able to create separation, it just didn't happen. It just didn't happen. Now the Dream Stars, they took control. They took control, even though Angel had a very frustrating game and they did not call the game very well for her. She did the little things because she couldn't give us the scoring that she wanted, right? But she did the little things. She passed. She defended the moments that they didn't make the calls. She couldn't be as aggressive as she wanted to, but she was in the right place, but just made sure she didn't foul. So when you're being made to be on the court and you can't make no movement because the refs are going to call a foul on you, what do you do at that point? But the trio, y'all know who the trio is Angel, Rye, and Leash. They definitely they always set the tone of the game. Again, one's high, the other's low. They find a way to pick each other up. Nas joined the party. Again, if you could get her to join the party every night, that would be great. The same with Jordan Canada. So we're not going to forget Jordan Canada. Jordan Canada is finding better ways to maneuver and get the ball into the paint. Even finding just the open man period has been a good stretch for her. I like what she's doing. And so kudos to Jordan Canada, and playing sick. This last game, Alicia Gray played sick. So I don't know if it's a little bug, little stomach flu, little stomach bug, little 24-hour bug that's going around. Those do happen. But I did hear them say that she too was not feeling well, but she played a pretty good game. Once again, they carried the dream on both ends of the floor. Period. Uh, Now, the fourth quarter. But before I finish talking about just the half, your big three, your trio. Although the offense was not the best, and we talked about that, was not the best for Howard and Gray. Creating space on the perimeter, opening lanes for Angel to dominate when she was able to get in there. That was great. Dominating that glass, being able to get boards. Because remember, she had one board. She had none. And then she got one board in that first half. That first quarter, they really just took her out of it, right? Wasn't then until the second quarter where she picked up her next board, pulling down the next rebound, but she got most of her rebounds in the second half. And to generate second chance opportunities for her team is something that she always do. The Dream balanced attack helped them gradually build a lead, right? And so when they were able to build that lead gradually, they were never comfortable, never put in a place where they were comfortable to be able to really say, I'm going to sound off and just treat this as like it's practice or something like that, because they didn't get to that point. And they couldn't get to that point, i.e. because they kind of held Angel down a little bit. So getting into the fourth quarter, and then I'm gonna get with you guys here in just a little bit of chat, but I want to get through all of my notes that I wrote down while watching this game and being able to just give you all what I saw. Toronto forced in that fourth quarter. They forced their way. They willed their way. They worked hard and balanced themselves. That gets back to Marina Mabry. They led by the veteran scorer, of course, in Marina Mabry. And the Temple continued to apply pressure and trim down the deficit, which allowed them to be close in this game. Every time Toronto threatened Atlanta, they responded. So that was a good balancing act for the Dream. But the stretch that they let the Temple go on was kind of scary. But the good thing is Atlanta was able to respond with timely baskets, and then strong defense presence, and the possessions in which they received off that strong defensive presence was really good. Dream's ability to execute in the closing minutes proved to be the difference maker. Key rebounding, defensive stops, and small, short selections always allowed Atlanta to be able to protect the lead that they had, even though it got close. And then the closeout of the 7-point victory was just what it was, right? I would have loved to have been able to keep them at a strong blowout moment, but hey, a win's a win, whether you win by 1 or you win by 30, correct? So sometimes it's how you win where people will kind of judge what you look like and how you're going to proceed moving forward onto the next half of the season, because we're getting close to the middle of the season here, and then getting into, of course, All-Star, World Star, our star, and our star, Angel Reese, continue her dominance. So I'm going to talk a little bit about just Reese herself, and her just being transformed, or how she has transformed in Atlanta's and made Atlanta a true identity since arriving, right? And we all know that the balancing of what the ticket sales look like, the crowd selections, moving the venues, just different things like that. And then people really want to come in and see the young lady that has kind of captivated the league with her double doubles and the rebounding ability that she has, the physicality of her game, and the relentless effort that she continued to set when she's setting a tone for any team she play on. But right now, she is setting the tone for the Dream. She entered the game among a bunch of leaders. Right, this game alone, you had Rye, you had Leash on the other side. Although what's her name is a problem. I don't like her for what she did. She is the leader on her team, right? You had the Sably sister, you had Marina Mabry, and so on, right? So amongst a bunch of leaders, people that she played with, right? Along with the team that she's on now. So they kind of know how she is. She knows a little bit about them, but you can never judge a player when you're playing them, right? You think you know them, but somebody always show you something different. And that's just what Angel does. She'll trick you and she'll give you a different look. And you're like, God, oh man, how do I defend that? You can't other than do your best. But being the leading rebounder has been like just a huge whirlwind for a team like the Atlanta Dream, and her being there and it being the absolute perfect place for her. Right. Then Atlanta's big three. We're just gonna talk about them again. Just clicking. The combination of Howard Gray and Reese is becoming one of the most dangerous trios in the WNBA. If you don't agree with me, that's fine. But I'm telling you what I'm physically seeing with my own eyes. How the three of them are they're making themselves a dangerous trio. And I like that. And each team has them, right? Now, Fever, you got Mitchell, psychopathic, Clark, and Elbow Boston, right? So that's your trio over there and over here. And guys, don't look, these are jokes. Don't take it personal. If you're a Kelly Clark fan, don't take it personal. It is what it is. I know some people have said something worse than that. These are jokes. If you don't like the jokes, sorry, can't help it. I'm gonna do it anyway. That's just me. uh, Howard's Howard's ability to shoot and to create shots is super easy, and then having someone like Angel makes it happen. They make it fly. And I see you down here, ADP. Don't talk about me. I'm gonna get you because I've been on a roll here, and let me get you up on the panel. ADP, how long you been down there? About like 20 minutes?
Yeah, Tony. I said, what is going on here?
Hey, once I start talking, sometimes I remember I got y'all off to the side, so I'm here and I'm just making sure that I don't miss any of my notes here. So I got, I keep my
Yeah,
notes
you're doing
together.
good. I
I
like the
get
way you're doing. I'm
paper,
gonna write my
my
notes
paper
too.
and pen, and I get my notes together, and then I just got to put them together so I make sure that I don't miss anything that I really truly want to say. Right? But I was talking about the big three and Ryan Howard, Alicia Gray, and Angel Reese, and just how Ryan is able to have great she's able to create great shot selections for herself, and she's been efficient at doing it this season. I know that I talked about her a little bit last year and said that she gets in that pouty mood, and I'm just not cool and balancing that. So let's see. Let me take this. Okay, so I got some time, y'all. I got some time, so maybe I can get MSL up here in a minute. All right. So instead of me going on at 5:30, looks like I'll be going on at 6:30. We'll be going on at 6:30, guys, with the full court trio. That's a message from Keisha. So we got some time. ADP. What ADP? You're not up here? Where you at?
Tony, I don't know where you put me at. You just showing out today. Got your music coming up here, jamming,
I'm,
leaving me
I'm
back
just
there like
messing
I'm
with you.
broke Claude and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, Tony. What happened last night? I mean,
Girl, shoot,
sometimes
man,
the
look at
booze
here.
get you like that, and you come up here,
Yeah,
you,
no, I
you
need
know,
some.
look very.
I don't have, I don't have none around here. I wish I did, but I ain't got none. And just a nice little smooth glass of wine would just be perfect right now. But don't have none around me, right? But
Oh,
nevertheless, I got you up here. Glad you're here, and good evening to you.
good evening to you, so pretty Tony. What's happening?
Oh, not much. But back to this old Ryan. Back to this old Ryan, right? And her being
I'm
it.
so proud of her.
Since you're here, yes, I was going to ask you, what are your thoughts on how well she's playing this year? Being able to take really great shot selection and being efficient at it.
Well, I think, well, like I was saying, Tony, before, I was proud of her when she was with the U.S. team because I
Yeah,
started to see a
yeah.
different ride right there. Guys, she
Mm-hmm.
was actually, you know how Ryan, you had them bag of chips. You don't want everybody having your bag of chips. So,
Right.
Ryan, good for doing stuff like that, Ryan. We love you. But you get like that. We've seen it in Unrivaled where she'd be like, forget that, it's over. I ain't, I don't want to do no more,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
So what I'm noticing now, especially with the last game, what I loved about this, and I keep telling people, what makes the dream different is that sisterhood. Say what you want about the
Mm-hmm.
players,
Mm-hmm.
but when one does not come through, everybody joins in. That means they understand they can only do so much because they see what's going on, Tony.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so for Ra last game, I like the way Angel, wasn't her usual self, and I get it, and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So Ryan decides she's gonna come in and she's gonna play the best she can play. And she did not care. Okay. She
Yeah.
did not care. She went in there and she fought because they sorry, Tony.
Mm-hmm.
Um, give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she went in there and she fought her way through. She did whatever she needed to do. Did y'all see her driving to the basket? I'm just
Oh
saying.
yeah. Oh
She
yeah.
like, she loves her three balls. She
Yes,
loves
she
it. But
do.
that's what I'm saying, guys. When people are used to something, give them a chance, give them time. Because it's different when you have Angel Reese on another team, but when you have her
Mm-hmm.
on your team, sometimes you got to move a little different. And yeah, we
Yeah.
love her three balls, but what she did last game, she showed like, look, I got you. I mean,
Yeah.
not her, but since we're talking about her, and she to me was the player of this particular game because she didn't quit. She just kept going and going and
Yeah.
going. Whatever she needed to do, Tony, that's what
Mm-hmm.
Ryan did for this game.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, she's been able to have great shot selections and creating great shot selections for herself, right? While Alicia Gray is being really efficient. Um, she's had a game or two where you say where's Gray, but even when she's having a bad shooting night, she's able to get to the bucket as well. So she too are doing a little bit of what Ryan is doing, but I noticed
But
Rye
she was
allow
sick though, Tony. Gray
I
was sick.
allowed that. Yeah, she was sick. She was sick last game, but she did pretty good.
That's what I'm saying.
But
She was
I
sick.
would have known she was sick, right?
Right. She played through it even though she was sick. And guys, this ain't the first time. This is what I'm telling you. It's some full dogs on this team. This is not the
Hmm.
first time. Remember when she threw up on the court and she came back and still played the game?
Right. Absolutely.
I'm just saying,
Yeah, I saw it. I remember. I was like,
yeah. So
yeah,
I'm just saying, Tony.
yeah. That was the game against the Aces. It was the game against the Aces. Is when she did that. But even with her being efficient, you still got Reese working inside, making Atlanta a extremely difficult team to defend. Um, when you think in chat, I'm telling you, just when you think that you can defend the dream on the outside, it's tough because the inside is a force to be reckoned with. Or if you try to minimize the stellar performance on the inside, then they kill you on the outside. That's why I said what I said. I think that this is a team that could be in the huge discussion of being close to, if not this year, next year, being one of those teams that's going to compete for the championship. They're a championship contending team, so When I use the word championship contending team, it just means that they're going to be in the playoffs and they can make a deep run. So I'm excited to see that. Now, with that being said, Toronto. Toronto showed fight in this game, and despite the loss, I think that the Temple looked significantly better than they did in the previous matchup that we played them. They went back. Sandy took them through some film and told them, "You're gonna take your fight out of ass, and you're gonna play better, or else." So they looked a lot better. Let's just use the word significantly. They looked significantly better in this game than they did the first time we played them. So Toronto competed for all 4 quarters. I can say that, and showed they can challenge any top team in the league right now. Will they be able to beat them all? No, but challenge them, yes. When their offense is flowing and you can get Sykes back, Slim, you get her back and say, they say Kiki Rice is out for the full year, but by some miraculous reason, you get Kiki back even closer towards the end of the season, with them having an opportunity to have a playoff run, then that's different. Might be. But of course, the final score, guys, was said again, 94-87. Atlanta wins wins their 4th straight game and continues building momentum as the season moves forward.
And I think the difference in that game was because Sabla came back.
Yeah, Sably controlled the board. Watching her style of play, and remember, Sandy had her at New York. So Sandy knows what she can do, and that's why
Mm-hmm.
that's one of her starters. So Sably was one of her players, and so was Izzy. Both of those were her players. And remember, Izzy didn't play that much because she played behind Jackwell Jones. And so since she played behind Jackwell and Jackwell ate up most of the minutes, you didn't hardly see her. So she didn't play that much last season for New York. But this gives her an opportunity to shine and play and put up the buckets that she's been able to put up. She's been in double digits since she's been in the starting lineup. She's gotten boards for the Temple. And not to give her a whole lot of clout, because I'm still upset with what she did. I think that she's given this team here a boost where they needed it because they didn't have it. So that's what I see for that. And then the short description back to the Dream is that the Atlanta Dream they may make it 4 straight wins. And I know I've said it 3-4 times already. I'm gonna say it again. 4 straight wins, guys. 4 straight wins. 4 straight wins for them. And kudos again, Angels impact on any team. And that's why
Mm-hmm.
I want to say that on any team she plays for is going to be dangerous for any team that plays against them.
Yeah, because
You
those were four
literally got to
hard
murder them.
wins.
Yes. You literally got to treat her. The refs literally have to treat her the way they've been treating her. And that game was one of the worst ones that they've done in order for a team to really, especially when the Dream is cooking all the way around.
Yep,
So,
they tried everything.
yeah.
And
So,
Slim,
mhm.
Tony, I follow Slim on Threads and stuff. So
Okay.
I had dropped her some artwork and she liked it. So I've
Oh,
been
okay.
just giving her motivation. So guys, if you get a chance, show her some love and some motivation. She'll definitely comment back or whatever and stuff like that. So
Okay.
she I don't know when she coming back, but like you said, hopefully before the end of the season.
No, she should be back in a couple of weeks or so.
Okay, okay,
Her
okay.
injury isn't that severe. I think
But
she's out
I
for
know
gonna
she
be out
was
for like
like,
3 weeks or so.
okay, okay. Because before I guess before they announced what was going on with her, she was like, everybody was checking on. She was like, I'm just everything God got me. I'm just in prayer,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And that
Mhm.
was before. So I guess she was waiting to see. Okay, so that's
Mhm.
good then, Tony, because
Yeah.
that's who they missing. That's who
Yeah.
they missing, Slim.
Yes, indeed. Slim is who they missing. And let me just say hi to some more people that came in the chat while I was going through the show and the game itself, because this is a recap, and then we'll jump into how we think that the game will look uh tonight. But before we do that, I'm going to show some clips too that I think that are just hilarious. What's going on? She wins. I see you in the building. We got Hog Boss in the building. Uh Keisha, welcome back. I know y'all don't get me because yesterday was something. It was truly something. Brian Lewis is in the building. Who else we got that came running into the building while I was talking? Mm-hmm. We got Super. What's up, Super? What's up? I think that's someone from your chat, um, ADP. But hey, hey, go
Super
ahead and
be
hit
in
the
all
like.
our chats, I believe. I think
I
Super
haven't
be in all our
seen.
chats.
Maybe I just haven't. Maybe I overlooked it.
Maybe.
Don't
Okay.
chew me. Don't chew me up, Super. If you were here, don't chew me up. If not, make sure you hit the like button and sub. All right, sub. Then we get to who else is in here. We got Gregory in here. Who else? Who else? Thank y'all for coming in. We appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Hey. Vance. Okay, cool. I'm sorry that I did that by accident. What else? Who else? Because it's been I've been talking for like 30 minutes, guys. 30 minutes straight. Now, let's get into um I I know this was not for this game, and this was for the game prior to, but I just got to play it. But before I play that, let me play my boy here. Let's get him up on the screen here because I think these are just
Okay.
so funny. But let's listen to him. Well, not
Okay.
really him. Let's listen to the nut behind the nutcracker. Here we go.
Okay.
Crashed completely out.
Say. Because all this fucking talk about Caitlyn and her defense. What about the fact that we can't defend the fucking paint and Angel Reese fucking spread our cheeks and did whatever the fuck she wanted today and the other game?
Dog.
Yo.
You let her have her 2 best games of the fucking season against us. Not something else I want to say.
I gotta run it back one more time.
Because all this fucking talk about Caitlyn and her defense. What about the fact that we can't defend the fucking paint and Angel Reese fucking spread our cheeks and did whatever the fuck she wanted today and the other game?
That's wild, y'all. That is wild. That's
You let her
wild.
have her 2 best games of the fucking season against us. Not something else I want to say.
He crashed.
I just had to show that, y'all, because we have crash outs, right? ADP.
Yeah, we do. Not like that though.
Chat. There's always crash outs, but man, like
She took it there.
She took it there, like man.
She took it there. Let's just say.
I'm tripping. Like, are we okay? Are you fine? Are you good?
No,
What's
no.
going on? Are you good? I mean, I just want to know.
Not happy getting that cheek.
If you're not good, let me know right now. Because wow is all I can say. Wow, that's all I can say is because I can't believe it. Now I want to show this, guys, because I think this is the coolest. And ADP, you might want to I know you're gonna probably kind of steal this. I'm gonna send it to you. I don't want to say use the word steal because there's no thieves around here, but here we go.
Oh yeah, and Tony, our girl is on YouTube now, but girl, she got some more videos out.
Oh yeah,
that's tight. Oh, I'll draw something.
I know that. That's why I put this up just for you
first. Okay. Oh yeah. See, yeah. That's why she trying so long, Tony. I be having to sketch them out first before I put them in creations. But I got it, girl. They try to cut for my art skills. Okay, I got you. Let me
yes, I know. You got it right.
Yeah, I'm representing. You know, I'll be playing that, guys. I'm sorry.
I know. Look, there's another one. That's the Thunder Twins, baby. Angel and Nas. That's the new artwork for them. Y'all, and I know y'all saw this one. Somebody did this
A dog on defense. Nas
like I can't really play the sound, but you know, that's Angel giving the pass to Nas and they just getting it done, balling together, having their fun. Look at that. I think that that's cool. That's the
Oh yeah,
coolest.
that's tight too. I
Mhm.
think I
Look,
like that on my
Thunder
on my
Twins.
forehead. I
Thunder
like that
Twins.
one.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Y'all know. Look, there they go. Nas, and I still see Nas every time I see Nas now, ADP in chat. I think about her interview, um, and
With the two
her
birds.
yeah, her interview and saying, you know, sometimes I just find myself just watching because, wow,
And
watch
she do.
watch Angel. I watch Angel down there getting the boys. I call find myself watching sometimes. Help us stop watching and get involved. We love you, Nas, but we need you to be involved. We need you to help
The
get
man,
yourself some of the me bounds. Get some of the me bounds on your own. I just think it's exciting.
and told me they be like, how in the world did she do what she do? That's what it be.
Exactly. Literally. Like literally just crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's see. There was one more. I'm gonna bring that down. And the
Tony
other one
MSF
was
said email him because he don't have a link.
you don't have the link. Okay, I'll email him in just a second. As a matter of fact, let me do it right now while I'm thinking about it. Let's see. Let's go to it. MSCO, MSCO, MSCO. All right. I just sent it MSL. But this here. We got to talk about this, y'all. We got to talk about this because I don't know what we doing here. What is it that we doing? What is it that we doing? Why is it that our girl is still number 7? She has the
Oh,
largest fan base when it comes to uh these social media networks. And I know people are busy and they're doing other things, but it's not that hard to go vote. Look, the Fever did their job. They went and got Boston moved from 3 to number 1. They got Caitlyn moved from what was it, number 5 or number 6? No, she was number 5. From number 5 to number 2. I'm sure by the end of Friday, was that Saturday? She'll probably be number 1 unless somebody else take over. Asia was rolling for a second. Paige is
no.
4. Brianna's 5. Yeah. What you got?
I don't. I hate to say this,
Say it.
but it's some funny monkey business going on with these votes for All Star.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
tell you why. When I
Go ahead.
voted
Tell me
on
why.
Monday, why I
Mm-hmm.
got people that I have not been voting for and would not vote for All Star on my ballot. I took them off.
What?
But if you're not paying attention, you're gonna mess up and you're gonna be voting for those people.
Well, I noticed that when you click on it and it says vote, when it's orange and you click on it, and then all of a sudden it goes, oh, you can vote in 10 minutes, or you got 7 more minutes, but it gives you a flash like you could go ahead and vote, but then it flashes. I think that that's taking votes and giving it to somebody. I don't know who because I didn't see it, but it shouldn't be glitching like that.
Yeah,
It
we
should
know what
not be
Brittany
glitching.
is, allegedly.
Yeah, it shouldn't be glitching like that.
Nope,
But
it should not.
nevertheless, hey, I digress. I digress. I ain't gonna worry about
That's
it.
what's going on. You want to do it that bad to make it seem like that. We're not crazy. I don't know if they know that the fans that the type of fans we are not by far. We are intelligent here.
Right, right. Just
We
like
know what we see.
Keisha Posey said, she said they're rigging all stars voting, just like you just said. It's happening. And also Bobo Bailey said the same thing, put no faith in all-star voting. Because I don't care which way they try to secure how people are to go in and sign up. So then that way that they can post their vote. I just think that the glitching that we're seeing, and we know anybody that works with computers, I work with computers very well. I'm an analyst at Trade, and so I know when you're doing something. There's people that go by via the black web, allegedly, and I'm gonna say it allegedly, that likes to. I see MSL. Give me a second. That like to go behind the scenes and change voting too. It's so much that you can do when it comes to this. This here to me is just trash, right? I think having this is okay, but I also think that they need to take it away because it's not. The voting isn't being done fairly, especially when you have someone that controls this, named Kathy Engelbert. You know, when you got all of these people that want to spill a particular narrative, it is what it is. When is it that Aaliyah Boston ever got more votes than Asia Wilson? I, I, I mean, I'm just saying, like, when,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep. Cause they
So
behind it. That's why they're not gonna
yeah,
allegedly.
yeah,
Allegedly they behind it.
allegedly. I just think it's crazy. But
Because
that's
you see it on social media. Everybody's talking about it. You can't miss it.
no, you can't. You absolutely can't. We know what's happening. So to put this up and to say, "Oh, she's still sitting at 7," that's a lie. That's a lie. That's a
Right.
lie to me. I just think
Mm-hmm.
it's crazy. Like I said, via the black web, and again, I don't care if nobody don't like that I'm saying it. I'm gonna say it any dang on way. You
Go
go via
ahead,
the black.
Tony.
There's so many things that you can do. How do you think people's stuff get hack or shack? All these different things. We know what goes on, and there's a lot of great computer minded people that, of course, that's
Mm-hmm.
on it's on YouTube,
Well,
it's on all
Yep.
of these different places, TikTok and Instagram, and all these different places that know how to go behind the skirts and
well,
lift up the skirts and do all kind of things. But
Because there's
that's
no
not,
way Asia could be at 3.
yeah,
Yep.
speaking speaking about the All Star vote, I think one of the anomalies that I think is historically over the years we've seen starters
hmm
who've been in the NBA, the WNBA for years,
hmm
and they have a breakout year, but
hmm
because they weren't a former All Star, right? They're not close to being voted near as a starter, right? And then they have to get
uh,
selected by the coaches. So that's the situation you have this year. You have Jessica Shepard, who was never a star or a starter, most
Uh-oh.
if not all of her career. Now all of a sudden, she's top 6 in votes, and she's slightly ahead of Angel,
Yeah,
and you couldn't pick Jess Shepard out of a phone booth to the majority of quote unquote new fans that
right.
came into the WNBA, but even some of the stalwart fans. So that vote I find 100% impossible to believe, number one, and impossible to believe that it's gonna stay like that, because a lot of times you get punished if you've never
Right,
played at an all-star level before, no matter how good your year is. So all of a
right.
sudden she has a first good quarter because she's kind of leveled off while Angel has risen and gone up. Right? I don't know if y'all noticed, but Angel before the last game against Toronto averaging 17 points in the month of June.
Yeah,
Right? 17 points in the month of June. So we'll see what she does tonight in
yeah.
Golden
I'm
State.
not shocked.
Right.
Let's get this up
All of
here.
a
Let's
sudden,
see.
Jessica Shepard, that makes no sense. I mean, come on. When you see stuff like that, you go, come on. You couldn't pick Jess Shepard out of a lineup, if
Yes.
that was her mother, if that was her mother picking her.
Well, we know Gamecock fans are just huge, right? And they're going to rock for Lil Boston. That's number one. I think that when you get to Caitlyn, and you show numbers before the final draw, and so you give her fans an opportunity to capitalize off of getting her pushed.
Yeah, but
Do I have a problem with that?
if you go by that FIBA vote though, right? Where
Mhm.
Angel had 4 million, Paige had 2 million, and Clark had 1 million. And then the fact that they shut down the vote, took down the site so you couldn't even access it, look at it, see what it
Yeah.
used to look like, that makes
Yeah.
you not trust the process, because why
No, I
not
don't
leave the
trust
site?
this
Why not
process.
leave the site
There's
up?
no
You
way
changed the
that you're
vote,
gonna
you
tell
changed the
me.
criteria, took down the site, you did everything, and the only conclusion you can have people believe is that you didn't want it out there in the air that Caitlin Clark got crushed in fan voting. So that goes back to what you and ADP said. It seems like, and this is what they've been doing ever since she came in the league, they're controlling the narrative in people's minds by the access of their control. Kind of like what you said,
Right.
ADP and Tony. Historically, when you judge a celebrity's status these days, what do you normally do it by? You say their social media followers, right? Angel has twice as many social media followers as Clark, right?
Of
Especially when
course.
you add in her multiple platforms. It's a lot. However, that never seems to have traction within what the WNBA does, because they control everything, right?
Right.
They control who's on TV, who's this, who's that, who's that. And same thing with that FIBA vote. So the one time you had a chance to see what people really thought, they took it down. And if you remember, before they took it down, the Clarkey websites, who never supported the players, who never supported the CBA, they all said, oh, it's bots, it's bots, it's bots. And then all of a sudden, within a day of the Clarkey site saying that, FIBA took it down with no explanation.
Yeah. Yeah, because they knew.
So there's a lot of fishy stuff. So that's one of those instances where, if you remember, you go, I remember that. They can't lie about that. I remember that. So when I see Jess Shepard,
yeah,
right, I'm like, come on. Like, you're not
Right.
going to convince me that Jeff Shepard is in the top 6, but Slim isn't. Who's been around, doing her thing for, at least more so than Jeff Shepard. Or some
Yeah,
of the other
but
players.
I must say this. Yeah, I must say this, MSL and ADP. Just knowing, and just like Brian Lewis just said, right? We know that she has over 6 million followers, Angel herself, right? She has the largest following of any player in the league. I could see half of her votes.
And that's just on one platform. I think on her various platforms, it's almost 20 million.
But listen, like half of her votes with this glitch is going someplace else. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, so, Tony, she calling it. You know what I'm saying?
It's what's happening.
No, I agree. And let's call a spade a spade. And I said this on your broadcast the other day, ADP. And out of those followings that she has, let's be real. As a matter of fact, did y'all see the video with that young lady? I think her name is Ayana or Yashi or something. She did a video of the Isabel Harrison situation. And then she got to the end and said, why did she think she did it? And she said, y'all should really watch a video. You should play it. It's not that long. It's like 8 minutes. And
that's the one you sent me?
No, let me find it. Hold on. But it was really, really good, especially the end, because she brought up something that not many people say. One, she said, those who want to go after that girl, she said something to the extent of they usually want to be that girl. That was one thing she said. And then at the end, she said, and she wasn't even knocking Clark. She was just speaking in general. She just said, Angel's, what she has, that wasn't given to her. That wasn't created. That wasn't generated. That wasn't made up. That was cultivated, through years of blah, 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 blah. And also her personality and the things she suffers and goes through, she lets us know because she's unapologetic. And that only draws even more fans to her. But let me find it for you.
Yeah. And while you do that, let me go ahead and I just wanted y'all to see this list if you hadn't seen it. I know most of you have, but I wanted to put this up so you can see where even some of your other players, I know people love Kiki. Kiki is on there. Kiki is 16 when Kiki was ahead of Angel last year. Again, I think someone did something. She didn't have the best of showing last year, but to start the season, which also affected from the coaches' perspective, right? And then she picked up the pace, and then we're dealing with some of those same situations with some of these other players. You have AZ Fudd that's in that lineup, but AZ Fudd is right behind Olivia Miles at number 11, with Miles being 10. And so It's truly something. So when we get to player
This is
number
crazy.
24 and 25, right? Because you have 12 and 12, 12 players on
I
each.
just said
And
this,
so
Tony. You should get it in, I guess,
it's
30
just
seconds to a minute. I just sent it.
okay. Yeah, I'll look at
The
it.
young lady speaking about Harrison and
Mhm. They even
Angel.
got my Isha Allen Hines. You got
That's
to be kidding me at
Yeah, it's
number
yeah,
always these
22.
it
yeah,
right. It's and she averages what, 3
Lexi
points a
Hall
game?
is 20. Are we smoking something?
right.
Like
And look
we're
what
supposed to
Gray at.
believe
Look what
like
Chelsea Gray and Jackie Young are.
like we're supposed to believe that these idiot fevers are cultivating the vote like that.
Yeah, this is insane. Insane. Monique Billings isn't even playing hard enough to be number 29. I don't care what nobody say. She's not. You got Nanissa Smith who's outplaying her, and she's 30.
Yeah,
That's
it makes no
insane to me.
sense.
Yeah, you cannot tell me this. Brittany Sykes, number 35, and she's having a stellar season. I mean, now she's hurt, right? But if you had to vote, are you kidding me? She's 36. She's 36. One above Anissa Morrow. Rakia Jackson was injured since the fourth game of the season, and she got more votes than even Camilla Cardoso. Camilla's number 40. So just these numbers, guys, are just wild. They're extremely wild. It's crazy. It's unreal.
You should have the video by now, Tony.
Yes, the CM83 said it doesn't matter at the end of the day. Angel Reese still going to be in the All-Star along with Caitlin Clark, Paige Beckers, because they're the popular players and they're also good players. We get that, ZM. We definitely know for a fact if you are a true W fan, right? You're gonna know for sure what players are going to make it, because this only make up for just a small portion of the
And you
voting,
know,
right? The coaches voting is larger than the fan voting. So we just have to realize that. Just how is it that, I mean, I don't even use the word how is it, because I know how it goes.
no,
Remember,
you
I'm
brought up a good
the
point because
computer
you
words just
hate
keep
when you
saying.
explain something or articulate something and then people still don't understand. There's someone in
Yeah.
the chat like who says, "Well, Jessica Shepard, so and so." We didn't say she wasn't having a good year. What we said was we've seen people who have been starters their whole career who had breakout all-star seasons, and they still did not get a top 10 vote, not even close to it. Those are the people who normally need to be picked by the coaches. But now you
Mhm.
have a situation where someone who's never played like this before, it's not like she's averaging 30 points or 25 points or even 20 points. She's averaging 13 points, 11 rebounds, and 5 assists.
Right.
And ironically, every time she plays a legitimate big, she gets cooked. Camilla cooked her. Angel shuts her down. The last person she played,
Mm-hmm.
cooked her. They had to put
Mm-hmm.
Lee LaRue in the game,
Mm-hmm.
and et cetera, et cetera. So she's not a world beater, but yeah,
Right.
she's having a good year. So the issue is not
Yeah,
whether or
but
not
so
she's
let
having a
me
good.
so let me touch on that too, because it's Anthony, right? Anthony,
Yes,
like MSL just said, right? Nobody said that Shepard wasn't having a good season. Nobody said that, right?
we're
Shepard
just talking about the
was
legitimacy of the vote.
she was your leading rebound, double person, player, uh, before Angel's last 4 games, right? And then Angel took it over. So no one's saying that she's not a great player. I would never say that she's not a great player, that she's not playing well.
And neither would
But you
I.
know who's having an even better season than her? Natasha
Angel
Howard.
and Natasha Howard, yes.
Natasha Howard. Like, look at what we're just talking about, how people are placed right now. And I never said that Angel needed to be number one. I'm just saying, how is it that she's still sitting at 7, right? That the needle hasn't
Behind
moved for
just
her,
Shepard of all
but
people.
it's moved. Well, even if she was behind her in the last one too. I mean, in the first one that they showed too, right? But the thing is, this is what I'm saying when it comes to that, right? Is that how is it
Natasha
that
Howard,
the
yeah.
needle is being moved for individuals, and it hasn't moved for her. We know that she has the largest fan base of any one of these players, and you can't tell me by a shadow
Yeah,
of a
Just
doubt
Shepherd has
that
no
a
fan
lot of
base.
people, I know, but listen, not a shadow of a doubt that more people than this hasn't voted for Angel. We're just talking about what we're seeing when we're going in and voting, and glitches are happening, right? The glitch is happening because it happened to me twice. I go in, it's time for me to vote. I go and I click on the tab to go vote, and it says, it clicks off like I voted and says, you can vote again, and you have 20 minutes or you have 2 hours or whatever. That's a lie. You know why? Because when I vote and it says you have 10 hours, I set it on my watch. I set the timer, and then I go back to vote. But when I go to vote, you tell me, okay, it's time to vote again. But then when I get ready to click on it to go vote again, it flashes out and it shows something else. That's what we're talking about. We're not saying that any of these players are less deserving. We're just saying that some players, first and foremost, should be higher than others. And I spoke about those, right? When I'm talking about uh Lanissa Smith, different players like that. She's way down here at number 30. I'm talking about players down there that should be maybe at 20 or 25, right? You got Kiki at 16. Kiki is slowly picking it back up. Kiki had a good start, but Kiki had quite a few games that were a bumpy road for her. So if we're going based off of that, then there's some players that should be higher than her. Like you
And
got
we haven't
NECA.
even mentioned
Yeah,
Ryan
you
Howard
got
and Leisha
you
Gray.
got NECA. Yeah, like where is Ryan Howard? Right?
I
Where
think
is
they're like
she?
17
I'm
and something
looking.
else.
Nope, I'm looking. Ryan Howard. Ryan Howard. Ryan is 18, right? Ryan, you're telling me that Alicia Gray is 14. So Kelsey Plum is having a good game, but AZ Fudd is doing okay. She has up and down games. So if we're talking about true style of players that are playing real well, and those are your top players that you're going to use, you still got to put them in order.
And
But
if
that's
the
just
vote wasn't rigged, how is it the two top Minnesota players,
mm-hmm,
Olivia Miles, Natasha Howard, and let's even throw Courtney Williams, who's also having a great year. I don't.
mm-hmm.
I think Miles is 10, right? If
Yeah,
I remember
Miles is
correctly,
10. Miles is
right? And
10 and
then
Floyd is 11.
right. So
Natasha Howard is 12.
How is Howard and Courtney Williams not nowhere near that top? But you want us to believe
Well,
that
Natasha's 12, right? I think that when you're looking at the bigs, right, and you're doing it from the front court perspective, you're
they get
saying that
6
Aaliyah
slots,
Boston is number one over Asia.
Over Asia Wilson.
which makes
That's when you
absolutely no
know.
sense.
So these are just the things that we're talking about. And we understand, we get this, that this is fan voting. We get it. I'm just
Even with the
confused
fan
when we
voting,
get
that's not
to
right.
how the system,
Yeah, but people wouldn't think of Aaliyah Boston first before they would think of Aja Wilson.
right, right.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And mind you, she didn't
Well,
even
even
start the
Brianna
season off
Stewart for that
strong.
matter.
What's going on,
I'm
Mr.
glad
Johnson? I
Tony.
see you in the
I'm
building.
glad Tony's showing this because I hadn't looked at the list lately. I looked at it when
Yeah,
Asia was number one.
Now
So
it can change
no,
between now and the final vote,
it
and
can
it
change for
probably
I
sure.
will.
posted something on Threads today. I mean, I'm gonna be like that one girl, Tony. If you see her, she been posting
Oh,
number 4,
God,
all
sis.
them refs. She have been posting all them refs over and over and over again.
Tony,
Yeah.
did you get the trending hoops thing I sent you
Oh, let me
about
look and
Angel with
see.
1,000 points, 500 rebounds, 200 assists, 100 steals, and 50 blocks? She's like number 3 as far as the fastest. You know, one of those created stats like they do for Caitlin, but
Is
this
it
was
in?
actually
Is it in
posted
the
by.
one today?
Yeah, I
Is it?
sent it. Yeah, I sent it to you.
Okay, let me click
this
on those.
this this
I
is
just wanted to
definitely
post this first. I wanted to go through this because this is
No,
definitely
that's
an eye
cool. That's
opener.
cool. Because I know
Like
you
I
have
think
compressed
that when
time.
we're
So
looking at this,
yeah.
right, just different things like that. You got Dominique Malunga, who's 20, number 23, and Dominique Malunga. This is probably what, her 3rd or 4th game. She hadn't even been playing.
no, that. Yeah, let me look at that.
Crazy work. crazy.
I'm just saying that you
They
got her
make it
over
obvious.
to
They don't
Austin.
care, Tony. They get
So
more and
hey,
more where they don't care. We
yeah, I'm
know.
just like, girl, I'm just, this is something else. Let's see. John said this fan voting for All-Star need to stop. I totally agree. It's stupid. It
Mm-hmm.
does need to stop. And the way that they vote needs to go back to the old trend, right? Because again, you got fans having a say so. Come on, that's crazy, right?
Didn't last year they had a formula where they said it was XX fan votes and XX players and
Yeah, I mean, they're
XX?
still gonna have that, right? But I agree with AC Chi-Town, right? We need to go back to the East and West. I think it's important that we go back to that because it's like, what are we doing, right? Media voted, and he's just telling you right here, says this should change. WNBA All-Star starters are selected through weighted voting system where fans account for
Like
50%.
35%, right?
Yeah, he said fans account for 50% of the total voting,
Okay.
while current WNBA players and all media panel are accounts for
I do not
25.
trust that media panel because they are not
I don't trust
angel
none of that,
friendly.
child. I don't trust none of that stuff. I don't trust none of it. I don't trust none of it.
Tony, did you get what I
Okay.
sent you on Threads about the
Okay, yeah,
officiating?
our show is gonna change to tomorrow, guys. So the full court trio, we're gonna switch it to tomorrow. Keisha got something going on, so we'll switch it to tomorrow, probably at 5. But you'll
Tomorrow,
see it.
Thursday.
You should
Okay.
see the change. So we got a little bit of time before the dream game comes on because the other games I know that they're playing, but I'm very disinterested.
Yeah, they
Let's
actually
see.
have that rematch of the what's that thing? What's that thing? The
Mhm.
wrestling, the title fight. Forgot
Oh
the
yeah,
name.
that
The steel
yeah
cage match.
yeah that's
Between
okay.
Indiana and Phoenix.
But did y'all know? Did y'all see the officiating? Whose name first up there is Sandy Bandela?
Yes, I
Did you
did
see
see
what I
that.
sent
Yeah,
you?
she's on the
Okay.
committee
Yeah,
with the guy from New York,
yeah.
Yeah,
which
all of
I
them up there. It's
which
starting to add up. I
yeah,
gotta stop investigating
because
when I'm not supposed to.
those were the two coaches who got elbows by crowding Angel space. Fouls were called, and then they challenged it for an upgrade, and they both got the upgrades when Angel wasn't even doing anything. Those two coaches who used to be on the same team, who are both
Well,
on the
Kurt up
committee.
there too. Kurt, Nate, Cheryl, Becky, but Kurt is definitely up there.
Becky will definitely clear the playing field because she's not hearing none of that. So I
Right.
think
So
it's
I'm
I don't
just saying
think
the
it's
people
more
up.
so about Angel. I think they're looking for calls just in general how the game is being called. I think that they have to start learning how to make the calls. When you're on a committee, no
Hmm.
regardless of whether Sandy and the new coach from New York said what they said, right? And they're the ones that called for upgrades on Angel and they got it, right?
Oh, today is a double vote then?
Let's get up. Yeah, today's a double vote.
They didn't
So
tell me
like
that when I voted. It just went down as a regular vote.
yeah, no, it's double voting. I voted this morning
And they
and
told
see
me I
now
couldn't
what
vote again till midnight. So I didn't get a
I'm
double
about to
vote.
click on it, right? It says vote again now. Let's see.
No, that's not what it told
It's
me.
crazy.
So, like y'all
Yeah,
said,
it's
it's
doing
very
all kind
glitchy.
of stuff. Yeah.
It's very
Let's see
glitchy
what it
because I
does.
voted this morning, like early, like 8 in the morning, and
Now
the
look at
way it's
that.
time.
I was supposed to vote. Listen to this. I was supposed to vote. It said vote now. Like I can vote again now. It just glitched and told
And
me
told you to
that
wait,
I
right?
can't vote. It says vote again in 5 hours.
And it makes you wonder if it knows who you voted for before, and then it throws the
It do.
glitch depending on who
Of
you
course.
vote for. Because that's
It's
happened to me
crazy.
too, where it said, "Oh, you can vote now." Then you go to vote. It goes, "Oopsie, you got to wait 5 hours or 6 hours."
Yeah, that's what it's doing. So those votes are going someplace else.
This is crazy.
Anyway,
This is definitely
that's the
politics.
conspiracy, and I
Yeah.
believe it, and I'm gonna stick to it. And it is what it
Yeah.
is, right? I just think that they're messing with the system, and it's easy to mess with it when you're an analyst. You kind of know some of the tricks of the trade, and so yeah, that's some of the things that's happening. But nevertheless, I'm not behind their scenes, so I'm gonna say allegedly. No,
Now, Tony,
the vote counts twice. Um, they don't vote
now, Tony,
twice within the same ID. You can vote twice within your hour allowed Hogboss. Like one vote count twice, right? But in 5 more hours I can vote again. Like I can vote again within that time frame, and I can click on it and get that voting again. So ultimately, it's different. It says they're lying. I couldn't do a double vote. I know.
Yeah, I couldn't do one today.
We gonna see. We
This
gonna
is
see in
crazy.
5 hours,
This
because in
is
5 hours that puts me at 10 o'clock, right?
It'd be
So
funny if
at
certain
10,
voters can do a double vote today and other voters can't. Oopsie.
Oh, it ain't
yeah,
funny. That's what they're doing. And certain
yeah, that's what
ones,
we
they,
doing.
they got your
All right,
number. They got your number and your race.
let's pull up your stuff here. Um, but yeah, I really
Yeah,
wanted to show
the
that because
trendy hoops
I'm
that
just
just had
lost.
it's just a web page with the stats of what Angel has done because it's funny. We can talk about this later if you want. It's one of the emails that I sent because Cut the Ish actually talked about no cap space covering
Uh-huh.
how Angel was covered, and Duval had
Hmm.
his own feelings, and I certainly had my own feelings
Yeah, I saw you in the chat.
because I noticed the media now is starting to say, including that ABC game with Indiana, like, oh, well, maybe we underrated Angel, or oh, maybe
Yeah,
this.
you
They're coming with their
liar.
little pseudo mea culpas and
Yeah,
their
well,
limited.
it's called positioning themselves
Right,
in
right,
this
right.
Mhm.
And they're limited hangouts because of
Mhm,
what she's doing with the team. But I'm not even going to get into that right now. I'm just bringing it up
mhm,
in case you want
mhm,
to talk about it because it is a good video. I think the
mhm.
chat will find it very, very good. No, what I wanted to say was, and we don't have to talk about this, but I got to mention it because I didn't care until I saw it on Cut the Ish, and it was a 100% shit show. That girl in Indiana needs to be in a lunatic asylum because what I saw in that game where her and Dewana Bonner were wrestling, and then you're talking like a 20-year vet or whatever Dewana Bonner is, and then Dewana obviously hated her, didn't like her, right? And she probably don't like Dewana either, so they're going at it. And then when Mahisha Ines Allen and AT was going at it, right? She went and clapped in their face to instigate it when they were going face to face. So the ref gave her a tech. The black female ref behind her gave her a tech. But these clowns on all these idiot websites, they're trying to say she got the tech when she was sitting on the bench, when obviously you're not going to get a tech for clapping on the bench. It's when AT and Mahisha Ines Allen were jawing at each other. She walked up to them like a crazy woman and started clapping, trying to egg it on. And then after the ref teed her up, she went to the sideline and started asking the crowd to make noise. And then later she went to the sideline and Stephanie White is trying to talk to her and she rolled her eyes or had that petulant look like, are you done? Are you done? Are you done? And we're looking at this. So all these articles came out about the tech. These are all diversions. Is she going to get it rescinded? These are all diversions. What the articles really should be about is what the hell is wrong with this crazy ass woman? Is she unhinged? Why can't she be controlled? Why can't she behave like that? She could have started a melee yesterday on that court. That's why she got the tech, because you had these two huge women join at each other. She walks up and starts clapping. So you're the one who starts the fight. But then when the big old black women wanna start wrestling, you start egging them on, but you ain't getting no smoke and don't want no smoke. It was so crazy. I could not believe it. And by the way, in one of those articles, I'm only gonna say this
What's
briefly, we'll
going
talk
on,
about this
Black
later,
BB? Go ahead.
right? Brian Hamilton for The Athletic, New York
Mhm.
Times,
Yeah.
Annie Constable saw this article and she posted it. Let me find the quote so you guys know that I am not making stuff up. If I don't find the quote, I'll give you a paraphrase. I guess I have to give you a paraphrase. I don't see the article.
Well,
Oh,
actually,
here it
before I
is.
pull
Oh,
this
here it
up,
is. No,
look
here
at
it is.
this. About to say,
Here
I'm
it is.
looking
I
at an
found it.
article you sent me just
He
now. I'm
said,
not signing into this.
yeah, I sent you that article as well. In the article, they're just talking about Caitlin Clark.
Mm-hmm.
And I bring this up only to show you what we talked about, Tony. The media knows stuff, but they keep it away from us because, like we said, they don't want us to know how powerful Angel really is. So when it benefits Caitlin Clark, they drop dime about Angel's power, but they wouldn't tell you this in the regular news. So check out this quote. It
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
says, "It says, sorry." Oh, I think here it is. You know how it's funny you always look for something you don't find it when you're looking for? Um,
Right.
but it says some of this is merited. Um, yes, Clark. Yes, I went to, in fact, because Clark, people you, oh, here it is. It says, people use their juice. People use the juice they have. This is not new. One of
Right.
Clark's few
Mhm.
WNBA peers in terms of worldwide renown, Angel
Mhm.
Reese,
Mhm.
plays for the Atlanta because, and this is a quote, she
Okay, I'm looking at it.
decided she
I
didn't
just
want
put
to
it up.
play for Chicago anymore. I repeat, because she decided she didn't want to play for Chicago anymore. Coincidentally, Reese also picked up her fifth technical foul of the season on Monday, and the Dreamer also appealing it, call in hopes that it'll be overturned. So basically, the article is just
Yeah,
it's
it's
like a
right here.
soap opera. It's a soap opera about Caitlin Clark and her text, when in reality, it should be a discussion on should this girl be suspended, because you could have had a serious, she basically tried to incite a riot on the court
Yeah.
the other day. Like when I saw that on Cut the Ish last night, I was like, God damn, this woman is crazy. And then in the press conference, she didn't back down. And then she goes, oh, well, if I'm going to get suspended for laughing, if you see the video, she clapped when Mahisha Hines Allen and AT were joining going at it. We're not talking about clapping by yourself. She tried to egg these two brutes on. And I say brutes in the context of it's like two rhinos ready to go at it, and you're egging it on. This woman is crazy. And for
That's
all
Yeah.
what they
these,
do. That's what
But
they do.
at the
It's
end
a
of
general
the
thing
day,
that they
yeah.
do just in
You know what?
general.
I'm gonna say
Because
this, right? And I don't mean to cut you off, ADP. I'm gonna
no,
say
it's all right.
this, right?
it's okay, Tom.
I don't really want to get too deep in CC, right?
I know you want to talk
Because
about Angel, but I just had to
yeah,
bring that up.
she's gonna, whatever decision and appeal, because I put it on. My thing
They
is,
already
if
denied.
it's
They
on
already
X,
denied the
guess
appeal to
what?
her. They already denied it.
Good, good. I usually just will, do commentary on stuff like that on X or Threads or something like that, right? And I did see that, and the one thing that I put up was, when she said that, I said, "Well, didn't five other players get a tech for the same thing for clapping?" Oh, okay. I'm just confused as to why this one is different. That was my quote, right?
But
And
she was the
so,
lead instigator trying to rile up the crowd
mhm,
while all
of
this was
course,
going on. So of course she would get attacked. She's trying to
right,
act like she just sat on the sideline and did nothing. She was the chief instigator and the reason why
of
everything
course,
started.
right. That is her. But I definitely want to make sure I let them let them do their diddy bop, right? I think that, just like
Yeah,
uh
and Hope was out of control
Nubian says
and
that
very
CC and
disrespectful to
Sophie
Dewana
were
Bonner.
made for each other. They
No,
were
but here's the
made for each
thing.
other.
Here's
Fat
the
mouth
thing.
twin.
Here's the thing.
That's a
I'll
good
be the
name,
first.
Nubian.
I'll be the first to tell you that Dewana Bonner is washed, whether I'm right or not. I know some people don't like to hear that, but
Mhm.
Hey, leave
nonetheless,
DB alone,
it does
MSG.
not give Hofi the right to disrespect Dewana
Right.
Bonner
It
like
doesn't
that for
give her the
clout.
right. I
She
mean, she
better
is a
stay. She
veteran
better
and
stay
she's
with
gonna have to do
Indiana,
better.
because I don't think she'll never get another job again in this league for the disrespect she gave Dewana. I did not like that. What do y'all think about that as Black women?
I just, when it comes to situations with CC, I kind of take it in moderation. I don't swallow her pill whole, right? I chop the pill up for her in little pieces, and I take it a little bit at a time. You know why? Because it's one of those things that if you go down that rabbit hole, you'll be down that rabbit
Yeah,
hole
because you
forever,
can't stop.
and you can't stop it, right? So you'll be I don't want to be down that rabbit hole. And I don't want my chat to have to feel like they got to spend the entire chat arguing with CC trolls that come in here, right? You have some fans that are female fans and they are here for the sport and they like CC because she plays on the Fever. They think that what she does is great. They don't like her behavior. However, it tends to be what it is sometimes. I don't swallow her whole. I just take it in small little moderations. and fill it here and there, because you can spill your whole narrative of your show talking about her disproportionate behavior. And that's just what it is disproportionate behavior. Something that was never corrected while she was a child. Her father did in one game for Iowa, told her to stop acting like a child. But to me, this is bigger than that, right? What you allow a child to do, and that's for all children, not just Cece. When you allow kids growing up to dictate you as an adult, and you don't get a hold of your child immediately and have discipline instilled in them, you have situations like this when they become adults, right? It's different when you have a child that's disciplined. They know that there's limits on their behavior. So Dewana Bonner is a player who has limits on her behavior. Yes, was she willing to say what she needed to say? She said what she needed to say, and then she literally was done with it. Like, you literally, really, truly have to look at the difference in people. Alan Hines, Hines Allen, however the hell you want to say her name, right?
Who, Mammy?
She's becoming what you would call a bully on the floor. Like, that's going to save her job at the end of
it's
the
not going to
season.
get you a job. They're
It's
going to
not
get rid of you if they
save
can
her
get somebody
job.
better.
She's trash, right? I am not going to sit here and take a player like this and say, oh, yeah, she's great. Girl, you're averaging 4 points a game. Sit down somewhere. You up here bumping up against AT, who, one, has what you want, two, is a leader on her team, three, broken million and one records, four, is still playing as well as she's playing, as old as she is, and she too should be time to sit down for her and her wife both, right? But we can't tell them when to stop playing. I would love to tell them when to stop playing, because I think at some point it gets to be just ridiculous. It literally gets to be ridiculous.
But you're disrespecting
I know
AT and her wife.
I know, and it doesn't make sense.
For someone on your team that should know not to cross certain boundaries. Like, common sense has to kick in, where you say, you know what, I'm not getting into that, because that's AT and her wife and homegirl disrespected her.
Right. So, I mean, I get it. I understand it. But again, I too, like I said, I only swallow her situations a little bit at a time. Because
now, if you play this, the quote that I read you for the New York Times, I think it's at the 6:01 point in the video. It's like the 6 minute mark. Let me see what I told you in the email.
Let me go to it right here. I'll just fast forward it there, and I'll look at the email.
See what I said in the email
at 6:01. I'll go to 6:01.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm at 6:09. Let's go to 6:01. Okay, it's right there. So let's listen to this, guys. Yeah, I try to. I'm always the person that take things and I'm always real reasonable, right? And you have to do that considering the position that I'm in, and I have people under me. You know, you got to be able to understand situations. You got to take it in, even if you think it's weird. You got to be the mediator and just different things like that. Although you want to say, yo, grown ass, are you serious? But you know, you have to say, okay, so why? What was the point of that? Did that make you feel better? Okay, so tell me how you can better fix this. So this is something that I do every day, guys.
Yeah,
so
all she needed to do was separate, but you don't have to go in AT's face and then start jawing.
Yeah, you
and then when homegirl comes and starts inciting the she should have pushed her back.
Get on to get them in trouble, suspend them. But I think one day, and I want y'all to mark this day down. Mark this day down, right? She's gonna do that to the wrong person, or she's gonna catch someone on a day that is not their best day, and she gonna get it hard. And when she get it, guess what? At that point, she's gonna stop, right? Because you just can't. Over time, you can't do it. This ain't no kid stuff. These are grown ass women. These are grown women can only take so much. And
That was
some
two
of
mooses
some
that
of
could
them
hurt
say,
each other.
fine. Some will say, I'll take a fine. I'll take the suspension. Heck, if it's one game, I'll take the suspension and bust him right in the nose, allegedly, right? Because I mean, it happens all the time. Okay, that's what you want to do. I'm gonna get you on the other end. I'm gonna bop you right in the nose. I'm gonna hit you right in the ribs. I'm gonna take your back out. Like
But
just
she
different
is
things like
so
that.
irresponsible. She's like a child. She has no, this is why she can't win championships. She has 100% no leadership ability whatsoever. Absolutely none.
Yeah.
None.
Well,
She
you
has
know
no,
what,
because
But
MSL,
yeah, I'm gonna
that
get
is
off of her
that
because
is
I'm spending too
yeah,
much time on her right now.
yeah.
Yeah, I want to get
That's
off of
the
her.
league. That's the organization started that and let her get away with that. So they're gonna have to deal with it because
fair
Yeah.
enough.
it's only getting worse. But
Yeah. Hog boss. They getting ready to retire. They can beat her and then retire. I get it. I get it. It's just bigger than what we know, right?
yeah,
Because and
it
I'm gonna
is.
leave it with this, and then I'm gonna get the video started. There's something that happened last year as to why Dewana Bonner left, right? And until Dewana Bonner puts it out there, or Kathy White puts it out there, or any player that was on that team at the time put it out there, um, we will never know. I know that everyone said that they don't know why she left. To me, that's a lie. It's a
Right.
lie, but it's PR, right? You
Didn't Cheryl Swoops
cannot.
talk about that? Well, she talked
She
about Nelissa Smith, Cheryl Swoops,
it
but
was Smith, right? We just yeah. So until they get to that point,
Mm-hmm.
but there
no,
are
I'm
already
just
people in the media that acknowledge that her and that Dewana Bonner can't stand her.
well, because there's something that happened. Remember, it wasn't that she didn't like her before. I mean, I don't want to say she didn't like her before. They didn't like some of the things they did when they
She
were
probably
on Connecticut,
disrespected her
and
in
they
one way or
did,
the other.
and that's a possibility. But yeah, I'm
We
done
don't.
with her.
Yeah.
All right, let's get this
It,
going.
it yeah.
You sent
It'll
me a
come to
clip, big
light.
girl. Okay, I'm gonna pull it out. Let's see. Don't know if I'll look and see. Let's play this clip real quick.
Because without offense to diplomacy, Kayla Clark sketched out her vision of what is acceptable in the modern WNBA. An official issued a call. She raised.
I'm sorry. Before I get that, I do have to say shout out to John Liquidator for this piece, and so I'm gonna use his clip so we can talk about it. Because sometimes you can't use people videos; they'll come for you. There we go.
her hand like Neo stopping bullets in the Matrix. Oh my God, she's attacking Caitlin hard. Full stop. In her mind, or whatever is happening to her this season, what is usually a professionally or quite process for appealing technical fouls is now something more. She drew a line and effectively dared the league to tell her to step back from it. People use the juice they have. This is not new. One of Caitlin Clark's few WNBA peers in terms of worldwide renowned, Angel Reese plays for the Atlanta Dream because she decided she didn't want to play for the Chicago Sky anymore. Coincidentally, Reese also picked up her fifth technical foul of the season on Monday, and the Dream also appealing the call in hopes to overturn. Or it is a coincidence. This is what influencers do. They influence. It only feels novel in the universe terms of engagement, a reset, blah, 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 blah. So
Can you
she
pause that for a
basically
second, Tony?
is talking
Yeah.
about Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
Right.
See, this is what we was talking about before.
Mhm.
They didn't want to give Angel credit for controlling her own destiny because we're not supposed to know that. We're not supposed to feel that because it's kind of like this all-star voting. Caitlin Clark is supposed to always be on top. She's supposed to be the only person in the league, with maybe the exception of Asia, that can, do certain things, even though everybody knows that Angel can do that. So now when it benefits them to say, hey, Clark is not the only one that had done this. Look at Angel Reese. She didn't want to be in Chicago no more. She got her ass out of Chicago because she has that type of juice. That's what the statement said. When you got the juice, you can use it. And he said that one of the very few peers that Clark has in women's basketball is Angel Reese, and she used her juice to get out of Chicago. Boom. But then we sit around arguing whether or not, the Dream did it and this did, or the Chicago did it and so forth like that, when it's always there, but they just choose to reveal it when they feel like it, because most of the time they want us to believe that we as Black people on a whole, or in Angel's case, don't have no power.
Well, the thing is this, right? And I'll just touch on it
And this is the New York
real
Times, by
quick.
the way.
I
The
know.
Athletic
Yeah, this is
published
the
in the
New
New
York
York
Times.
Times.
But here's the thing, right? When it comes to Angel's situation, Angel really truly tries to Tony, that's my video. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you so much. I got it. I got it. I want to make sure that people are very clear when it comes to Angel, right? Angel wanted to spin her own narrative and she allowed them to say what they needed to say. And we all know this, right? But she did it best when she moved and she didn't give them the notion or the power to control how the narrative really came out, and they tried to muster up and clean it up thereafter, but it was already too late for them. I don't think that there's any other player. I don't care what type of status they have that will be able to um,
Including CC.
use this narrative.
CC's not going to be able
Exactly.
to handpick where she
Like
wants
I
to go.
just said, absolutely anybody. That's including her, right?
Yeah,
So
she's not going to be able
there's
to handpick
no
where she
one
wants to go because
that
nobody
would be
wants her.
able to spill their narrative the way Angel spit hers, right? Because she got out of there. It was clean. Like she said, nobody knew she didn't want to be there no more. We all knew she didn't want to be there anymore. But anyway, right? They made these provisions to try to keep her, but it was too late. After what happened, the spanking that Chicago was supposed to get for that, and bringing in all of these different things, and Angel's ready to go. So, because it was not Chicago's turn to have the All-Star there this season, all
They
these
tried to
different
keep
things
her
they
by giving
did
the
that
All-Star
just
game and
didn't
all that
work,
other
right?
stuff.
They tried to do all these different things and it just didn't work. And I
The
really
practice
truly
facility,
try
which
to
by the way,
wait
Tony, is
till
not
different
is
things.
next year now. Did you
I,
hear? The practice facility is next year now.
yes, I did hear. I did hear. I did hear. So like I want to be clear, like those are things that I choose not to really speak on until the player comes out. Like she has a podcast, and I know when she gets back on there, she'll give us just a little
Yeah,
bit, but
probably,
not
right.
enough. And so we read, we see a lot. Some of us have connections. You hear certain things, and so you come and you want to make sure that you put it out there. But I really try to make sure that anything that I spill out on Angel is, of course, and we all do, right? Or straight facts of something that we already have seen or someone can actually go out and find and pull up themselves. And we do have our conspiracy of things, but I try not to get way in depth on conspiracies. I just want to see the young lady play. I want her to be great. At this point, I'm like her. I don't care who says what. Let's just play the game. Let's play it well. Let's do great work, and let's continue to uplift her in that aspect, because people like Annie Costable, they have so many different ways that they can spin things because they're writers, but it'll never work in their favor. At some point, like remember, she got fired, right? So those things are going to constantly happen, and then she's going to continue to write because she's trying to find jobs. She's trying to find a job where someplace that she goes is going to be great. Now I hear that she is someplace else, but it's never going to be the same. People like that, and you start messing with folks like Cece on papers like that, and with her having the backing that she does have, then Annie Constable at some point won't be able to speak on her absolutely at all. So those are things like that. But yeah, let's get back to the video. Does he have more?
That's all you need to play. You
Oh,
can
okay.
yeah,
All
that's
right.
all you need to play.
I'll pull that down.
If you want to go
Now
on the
the
website that
other
has Angel
clip.
Stats, Trendy Hoops.
Yeah. Trendy Hoops. Well, let me go to this other one that you gave me. Oh no, that was just Annie Constable's spill. The article, which of course he read from the article. Who is Angel Reese and as basketball? Go ahead.
I did give you the video of Cut the Ish. It's there where Duval and Keisha talks about the no cap space. If you have the time, which I think you do, yeah, I think everybody should listen to this and hear Duval's comments, and then we can chime in with our comments, because Duval got it on the head. It just goes to show how they covered Angel, and now they're trying to do their little mea culpas when they now try to put her in posterity for what she's doing now, or the framework in history. So now all of a sudden they're saying her stats will make you first team all NBA with her current stats. But as she creeps up to 17, 18, 19 points a game, now you're not only MVP, but you're a first time Hall of Famer. But they're acting like they didn't know this all along.
Yeah.
And then Duval comes in and tells us why. And then I would add to what Duval said and said it's because of those three things. She didn't sign the corporate deal. She's not a Nike. She's not a Nike, and she has no big time management. Those are the three reasons why Angel is treated the way she is every day. Has nothing to do about Caitlin Clark's alleged popularity. Nothing to do with that. It's those three things. So it's the cut the ish. I sent it. It'll say cut the ish, and the title is no. And I sent you the time in the video when it starts. But I think it's the beginning of the video, though.
Yeah, let me enlarge this so the team can see it. Uh-oh, not my face. Not my face. There we go. I wanted to put up Angel's stats, right? They have a couple things up there. The fastest player in WBA history to score 1,000 points, 500 rebounds, 200 assists, 100 steals, and 50 blocks. And this is what MSL was just talking about a second ago. And then you see her GP is 80. So there is Angel, baby. Yeah, she is. What far as the
we just love to call her a rebounder. We just love to call her a rebounder.
Who's under her, Tony?
Who's under her? She's always an all-around player.
Swiss Cash. So
Swing
you have
Cash?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have Tamika Catchings, Nafisa Collier, Angel Reese, Swing Cash, Brianna Stewart, Shamika Holtzclaw, Lisa Leslie, Satu Sabli, R. Moore, Candace Parker, and then you have Cheryl Swoops. So yeah,
most of my girls.
Yeah, so
that's good. So Catchings and Collier, they they did it the quickest. Is that
the two quickest, right? Because remember, this incorporates assists. Remember, this incorporates assists, steals, blocks, along with points and rebounds.
It's
so you
all
gotta,
of these that are
you got to be all around.
Yeah, you have the 1,000 points, 500 rebounds, 200 assists, 100 steals, and 50 blocks. So all of that has to be incorporated in it, and so she's third.
The quickest to do it in games,
So if she
really just tied with Swing Cash, so she's tied with Swing Cash.
Okay.
Yeah. So absolutely. So let's see.
No, and the only reason why I gave it to Tony, because we've heard a lot of rebound stats the last several days, but Trendy Who's posted this one, and I didn't hear one person quoted, so I thought we should.
I haven't seen the one that you sent me from Keisha.
I can always resend it. Let me see.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. This one is you sent me one that's the on flagrant foul.
It's the one that's titled. It's the one that's titled, I think, Angel Reese, The Real Story. Let me click on it and see if this.
Angel Reese, The Real Story. That is by what's her name? I do have that one. Let me go to it.
No, that one we played. Sorry.
No,
that one
this
we played.
one is The Real Story behind Izzy.
Yeah, The Real Story one we played. Oh, I know what it is. It's on that link with multiple. It's on the one with multiple links. If you scroll down, I can always resend it. Hold on.
No,
or if you scroll down, you'll
I
see
did see a video. Is that the one that Angel not? Let's see. Angel No Whistle. Is it that one?
Can you read the full title?
You send me one. You send me one with Any Gospel.
No, not that one. Okay, I found it.
This one is who is Angel Reese as a basketball player, and then Chicago Sky. Crisis and Fever.
I found it. It's the one on the bottom. It says, "Who is Angel Reese as a basketball player?" It's the one.
That's the one I just said.
Yeah, that's one. If you click the link below, that's
a basketball player, Chicago Sky, Crisis, and Fever.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, I'm here.
And once you get past Keisha and Duval's hellos, I think that's the first thing they deal with.
Okay, let me get that up here, guys.
I think the chat will find is very, very interesting, the discussion they had, because you can feel the uneasiness as they try to explain themselves.
Okay, guys, y'all know. Hey, Keisha, I'm using your video, girl. I'm using your video. You and Duval. I don't hear no smack from Duval. You tell
Oh, I think I have
Duval
a
I don't want to hear no
timestamp of
smack.
when they started, right? Let me see. Yeah, I can give you the timestamp. Sorry. It's
Give
1:30.
me the timestamp.
It's 1:30:23. It's in the email. If you look above
1:30:23.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. I see where you put it. 1:30:23:28. Okay, let's let it spin to there. Let's press pause. Let's go back. 1:30.
Because I'm sure you gonna have some choice words for them too, Tony, and I'm sure ADP will as well.
Okay. All right, let's put it up here on the stage. Let's enlarge this so we can see it. All right, guys, let's hit play.
Even though the spotlight continues to be on them, though.
Yeah, because we want to see them crash and burn.
Because we ain't gonna let it go. So, but at what point do all this dysfunction filters into the team? I don't know.
The team know what that shit is. They all took a free check. Tisha didn't know
Is
she
that the
wasn't gonna play like that this year.
1:30:23, Tony?
But she took the money.
Is
She
that the
took it.
1:30, 1 hour,
She took
30
the money.
minutes, and
That's
23
all
seconds?
They
1:23.
knew
Yeah.
they was gonna take
Well,
the
when I
money
say
because they
that,
could
it's
easily
1
get
hour. I
traded
think it
later.
should be 1 hour. Hold on. It should be
1
what?
hour, 23 minutes, and how many seconds?
Oh, sorry. My bad. 1 hour, 30:23. 30:23.
Okay.
Yeah, 30:20.
Let's go to 1 hour, 30:23.
Yeah, that should be it with the black
I
screen.
just
It's
went
right
right
after
here.
Camilla. Like that
Need
still
to
shot
get
of Camilla. Yeah, you can play it
Angel
from there.
to do something. I don't know.
Get ass up out of there. But I was gonna say, let's get this last topic so I can get you out of here because you got a game to call.
All right, here we go. Okay, last topic is Angel Reese. Who is Angel Reese as a basketball player? You want to play the thing first?
I know, sir.
Let
You
me
asking
try.
Duval that question?
Pull it up. I'm gonna introduce it.
Go ahead.
Cause this
Your
is
thing, player.
I'm gonna do this.
I'm trying to get, and that give me time to get the commercial out the way. You know how they do.
Yeah. Well, the video audio we're gonna play is from two journalists from no cap space. They cover the teams. They cover the teams of the WNBA. Like I said, they're two accredited journalists. Like I said, subscribe to their channel, watch their videos. They do good work. They really cover the teams objectively. And like I said again, I watched the video today of theirs. Normally, like I said, when I'm not doing this with Keisha, I stay away from WNBA stuff. I just try to expand my mind and watch other things and do other things when it comes to, what I'm saying,
By the
living
way,
my
we're gonna
life
find
and
out what
just watching other
Duval
things
does in
that
his
could
spare
be
time. It may
interesting
shock
of
some of
me
y'all.
besides WNBA basketball. But what I will say is
I already know.
I heard something today on this video that really makes me wonder why the new media can't tell the truth. Not say they lied. So I'm not gonna crash out on them. It's not one of those things, but it's like they not telling the complete story. It's like they're holding out certain things because they worry about what the real repercussions would be if they tell the complete truth. And so if you got the video ready, I'm ready to play it.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, I can
Let's see what Duval.
once the video play, I can really get into
But we know how no cap.
what my gripe is with them.
And shout out to No Cap.
But like I said, these are two great journalists. Like I said again, go subscribe to their channel.
Yeah, shout out to No Cap Space.
They do good work. I promise you. These are two people that really putting the work in as a journalist, as new media. That's people that really cover the WNBA. Them two and their staff, they really They really have something great on YouTube and with their newsletter. So, but play this audio and then I get back to what I really want to get to big picture.
Okay.
You know, people use the Dennis Rodman comp in a variety of ways. Like, people use the Rodman comp as like a complimentary one because Rodman, I think, dollars to donuts, is the best rebounder in NBA history. Now, a caveat with Rodman is his offensive game was so limited because he focused on rebounding so intently. And I think that's where like the pejorative notion of that comparison comes in. But I think the more I lean into this idea that like she's the best rebounder the league has ever seen, the possibility of what she can be offensively kind of changes too. Because Rodman's entire thing was, I'm so focused on rebounding that I'm not going to give attention to the offensive game. It's just not ever going to be something that I have a focus on because I play on teams with Isaiah Thomas, Michael Jordan. Like, it's not my role, right?
Sure.
I don't think Angel wants to purely be that type of player. And I think over the last 5 games, you've started to really see the improvements that Carl Smesko and LaToya Sanders, their assistant coach, have been, working on with her. You're starting to see those bear itself out. The shooting percentage still isn't there. They're getting her more inside 0 to 3 feet and doing so on kind of easier looks. So there's a little bit less that she has to do to try and draw fouls or try and get contact. The ball placement in the post is totally different. I'd say it's a full 6 inches higher possession to possession than where it was last year in Chicago. That to me is the biggest indicator that we're working on something and it's going, right?
Yep.
But as much as people want to sort of poo-poo the rebounding pace that she's on, she just crossed 1,000 this weekend, fastest player in WNBA history to do that. She's leading the league in boards again. How do we talk about a rebounder of this magnitude in today's modern game? Because everything that we do from a narrative perspective, it's all about scoring. It's all about assists, how you're distributing. Like, her rebounding is such a major force multiplier, and it's 1/3 of the game when you think about it. It literally is the difference, coaches say, between winning and losing. So this is a player that's obviously doing something that impacts a statistic that has a direct correlation to winning and losing. What is the disconnect here, and how we figure out how to talk about her this year? Because I feel like we still haven't figured it out yet.
Yeah, it's a weird thing because, to your point, not only is it about scoring when we think about the narratives of greatness, if you will,
Right.
it's about social media clips, in this day and age. And rebounds aren't getting clipped, in that way. Like rebounds might not get clips, but it will get you chips. It will get you chips. And right now, when you think about like the Dennis Rodman kind of feels like, and
I just want to pause right there because we say it all the time, right? Offense is showmanship. Offense makes the game exciting. Offense gives you the oohs and the ahs and would definitely draw a crowd, right? But defense wins games. And I think this is where we are when we mention the other player, right? They want to see the oohs and the ahs, but can care less of a win. But that's not true if we say that, right? Because we just heard the very first video that I put up with the young lady being so upset and said Angel just screwed him with the cheeks open, right? Because they can't defend in the lane, and how dare that is allowed to happen. So I just wanted to reiterate what he just said. I think that's extremely interesting.
But if I could just say this real quick, Tony, in the beginning of this video, they try to act like they don't know how to frame Angel, which is total 100% hogwash. But I can talk about that after the video's finished. But later in the middle, towards the end, they do frame her. So it's like, so I can see why Duval was so upset. And so was I. They did a good piece. Definitely, I'd say it's 75% good. But not only what Duval said, but even in their analysis, they're just not being honest or 100% honest, as Duval said. And I already put that in their comment section, so I'm not saying something that I wouldn't tell
Right.
them. But go ahead.
Yep. All right.
don't
Back
save it
to it.
slightly, by the way. Kind of feels like the floor right now, and that's
Yes,
insane.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Like that's insane. And think about how, you know, if you're making that comp to the NBA side, because I don't think we've seen anything in the WNBA when it comes to the talent.
Fouls is the closest, and I think she's a better rebounder than Fouls was.
I don't think that's like, I don't think that's really an argument, frankly. Like as great, and that's not. And again, I don't say any of this lightly. You know what I mean? And so when you think about teams won when Dennis Rodman arrived to their team. Like that, there is like a pretty direct, you know, like when you think about like those championships, Dennis Rodman arrived and teams started winning, you know, and that's the way I'm looking at this. And so I think that the discussion,
pause for a second.
I think it's unfair,
Okay.
but I think the general discussion is.
Mm-hmm.
So they won't say we copyrighting their video. We are
Oh, I did.
know what I'm
I
saying?
paused it anyway.
reacting to it. So I just want
Yeah.
to make that
Mhm.
disclaimer. And also check. Listen very carefully to what they're saying.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna put everything into perspective after they finish. Go ahead.
Okay.
Is going to come around winning. People don't remember Dennis Rodman if he doesn't have chips. You know, like not in the way that he is remembered right now. And like the obviously he has the character aspect. And I think it's a very, very different off-court thing. Let me make that very clear. Very different. But Angel obviously has a lot of off-court stuff going on too.
Yeah.
So like you have like this kind of cultural impact from the off-court aspect that frankly might be more of where the stardom comes from in terms of how Angel is discussed. And again,
but let him talk.
that might not be fair, but
Yeah,
I think
let him
especially in the
talk.
social media age, it's tough to discuss, hey, this player's impacting winning until they get the championship. Like, and that's just like, it's ring culture, it's social media culture. Like that is just the way the dialogue goes in sports in the modern day with social media. But I think if you are a true ball knower, I don't see how you see this player as anything but generational in what she does and like historic all time in what she does. If she just keeps rebounding like this, she's a Hall of Famer. Like if she just keeps rebounding, just rebounding, that's not even getting into the potential for offensive growth. That's not even getting into the defense. If she just keeps rebounding like this, she's going to own every rebounding record that there is in the league. And I don't know who is supposed to come close to it. So I think history and like in hindsight to her career I could see it being kinder to her in terms of all the records that she is going to own by the time that she is like, I mean, it feels like to me that there's general like possibility of like, when people talk about like the NBA scoring record and like how impossible that was until LeBron did it, right? Like think about how it took to do that. If Angel Reese ends up having the rebounding records in that way, I would not be. I think at this point I'd be more surprised if she doesn't own those records in that way, where it's like I don't know who's supposed to come and break these. This is an all-time talent at one of the most important parts of the game, and I don't think that it's a talent that, to your point in terms of the discussion like of it, I don't know if the general public is going to get on that until it's, you know, like a 15 and 20 game in the finals, you know, or things like that, where she just, it's such clear domination of the paint.
I can agree with him on that piece right there. I can agree with him on that piece. Let's finish.
In that manner. I don't know if the discourse will catch up to that, but I can tell you from my perspective, it's not being taken for granted at all, because this is ridiculous levels of effort that's being put in, of skill in rebounding, because I do think rebounding is a skill. Like there is reading it off the rim and all sorts of things like that. You mix those two things together and you have the greatest rebounder the league has ever seen in year 3 right now.
Okay. So I can go all the way down the line with these guys, and so I want to pause it here because I know their style of journalism, right? I'm going to talk about what's relevant right now, and they do a great job as journalists, but sometimes when we're trying to straddle the fence, there's certain things that we're going to say in MSL, and you know this, there's certain things that we're going to say, is certain pieces that they will try to pin and put together to try to allude certain things. Now,
they still speak like media people, even though they're more independent than corporate media. They're still fixated on rebounding, even though, like I said, they do get into her current scoring average and what it means, and her future scoring average and what it means. But yeah, they still have to put you in that box when they first start out, which is ridiculous. Because none of us that watch Angel play, rebounding just happens to be a byproduct of what she does, right? It's her defense. It's her defense. It's her ability to face the basket, post up, offensive rebound, push in transition, and play defense and rebound that makes her the player that she is, not just the rebounding. And anyone who tries to say, and also her competitive fire and will to win.
Right.
And anyone who doesn't believe that is full of it. Because I'll just say this real quick. Because you remember on that game that they had with Indiana on ABC, they didn't get into all the details, but both Ryan Rucco and Jessica Lobo, who none of us like, they elucidated on their broadcast that Smeko was like, not only are we ecstatic with what she's doing now, but there's so much that she can grow. They alluded to that. There's so much more that she can do.
course.
Because if you remember when she first came in, he talked about a bunch of things, and some of them has been implemented, but certainly not all of them. And obviously he knows that he's going to keep, feeding her plate as time, as time goes on. The fact that Canada is playing a much better point guard right now, it's not as necessary to have Angel handling the ball as much as we thought we would, because Canada is playing a better point guard. And I think Canada figured out, if she didn't get her act together, that Angel was going to be the point forward a whole lot quicker than she probably wanted her to be. But I digress.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's see, right? And so
but it's good.
I
It's
know,
a good thing,
I know
though.
that
And I
he
love
gets
Duval's
more
comments
into
after.
this. I just think that he has. I'm looking at it. It goes all the way up until 211, and right now I'm at 139. So let me just give it a little bit more, and then we'll skip forward to Duval.
All you would need to put this in perspective, right? Tina Charles is the all-time rebounding record holder with 4,262. That was done over effectively a 14-year career. Sylvia Fowles is in second with 4,006. She did that over also like a 14 or so year career. If Angel just stays where she is, she's going to break the career rebounding record by year 8.
Bro, like what are we, like what? Like these are
like somewhere between year 8 and 9. She is likely to do this in half the time it took the current 2 record holders.
Right.
And that's why I wrote this week, right? Because you mentioned Rodman being the floor is the thing that, is hard. And again, the reason that I am comparing an NBA player to Angel in this instance is because Dennis Rodman is widely regarded as the best rebounder in basketball history.
Yeah.
Men's or women's.
I don't agree with that, but whatever.
Like, when I look at the dominance on the boards that she has, and I don't care what people say about the rebound stuff, because statistically it's been debunked as not being like, if it were half of the boards, it would be one thing. If it's 1 over 10, I don't care. That's game flow.
Yeah, you're not. Yeah, you're not.
On average, if it's 1 over 10 over 3 years, it's game flow. I don't care. And so, I bring up the Rodman thing because we're talking about someone who might be the best rebounder in basketball history, men's and women's NBA. And so that is why that feels like the conversation. But it's interesting to me that it feels like we are not going to have this level of discussion around her until the offensive game shows up and it's like a 17 point per game average the rest of her career. Because right now, man, if you're a 15-10 or 15-11 reliably, you're an all WNBA player. If you do that regularly, you're an all WNBA player for the entirety of your career. But if you get up to like 17 or 18-11, that's the type of numbers that Lauren Jackson averaged. First ballot Hall of Famer, multi-MVP Lauren Jackson, And you don't ever have to get up to Asia and average 25-9, but you average 18 and 12 over the course of your career. You are one of the best players that has played this game.
Yeah.
That's it. That's
the trajectory.
Yeah. So to me, I think I'm coming around more and more to thinking like, I don't know how it's possible, but it feels like we're talking about her less than we should. And that's crazy because it is solely revolving around the fact that it's rebounding and rebounding is not a sexy statistic. So, interesting stuff. Final piece.
Okay. That's what he said.
What did you get from that, Keisha? Before I really go into what my issue is with this segment.
What I got, basically what they were saying is, we live in this microwave society where a lot of people who are clicking and doing all this talking and running their mouth, they are, of course, offense is very sexy, so it's viewed as generational before you start talking about rebounding, even though rebounding affects the game in multiple ways. What I got from what he was saying is really and truly for Angel, he views Rodman's career as Angel's floor, and that if she gets the offensive side to going, cool, but he pretty much saying you should be embracing her right now because she is generational. That's what I got.
I'm glad you said that. Because you don't lean into exactly what I'm finna.
I agree with Keisha's take when Duvall asked her about that, right? In a sense, it's one of those stalemates where who knows what they're baiting you into, but you should be embracing her now. We all know that there's more that she has to learn, right? So with that being said, is you embrace her from where she is now and what she's doing now and the compliments.
No, and Duvall does a very good job of explaining why.
It gets even better. So you have to allow her the opportunity to just play the game of basketball without all of the
which is what they never allowed her to
things.
do, and Duvall gets into that.
Right, here we go.
Speak on. Like I said, I'm not gonna crash out because I respect these two men very much. They both pro Angel. I listened to enough of their videos. They are very pro Angel. They, especially when it came to the Chicago Sky stuff, they were really pro Angel when it comes to how everything has shaken out. But this is what I would say. This is why I would say why they're not telling the truth. There are two accredited journalists. This is why they're not telling the truth. People is not discussing or celebrating Angel rebounding because it's not sexy or it's not glamorous. People are not discussing Angel Reese rebounding because you got a segment of a fan base that went out their way to make it their mission to diminish everything that this woman has accomplished. So they dismiss everything for this woman has accomplished because they feel like giving her credit for greatness will diminish the other person they truly want to have credit for greatness, and that is Caitlin Clark. This is why they will be forever linked. It's because of this. Because of that moment that happened in 2023. They feel like there's a culture war between two women to see who gets the most credit for the growth and the rebirth of the WNBA. You see what I'm saying? So if that's the case, it's their mission. I'm talking, the Clarkins and everything else on that side. They is on a mission to downgrade, diminish, dilute Angel greatness. So, so big picture, and this is big picture, Keisha. So so Cece, when history looks special on this era, Cece the only one that gets the credit. Instead of Angel getting some of that credit too. Because let's keep it all the way real. Rebound would never consider a bad thing to Angel started doing it at a high level. Dennis Rodman was celebrated.
Yeah.
Amen on the
Moses
rebound.
Malone was celebrated.
Yes. He was definitely celebrated.
Shaq was celebrated.
Shaq was celebrated.
They were.
Ben Wallace was celebrated.
Ben Wallace was celebrated.
Dwight Howard, until he started acting real goofy in Houston.
Yeah.
Was celebrated.
In Orlando.
He was definitely celebrated in Orlando.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't even.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Lisa
Keisha,
Leslie
we're
was
on the
celebrating.
same page.
Yolanda Griffith was celebrated. Sylvia Five was celebrated.
Yeah.
And they all had specialized in rebounding. All those people that I just named, big men, was celebrated for rebounding until it got to Angel. Now all of a sudden rebounding is bad. Y'all don't get that?
Yeah. Of course.
Also,
I get it. I get
if
it.
it was just about, okay, rebounding is not sexy, and that's why it get overlooked or they get downgraded, diminished. This is why I said, saying they're not telling the truth.
Right.
Then why last year? Oh, I forgot Kevin Love. Oh, shout out Uncle J. I forgot Kevin Love. He was celebrating before he went to LeBron.
He definitely was.
I definitely remember that.
If rebounding is not sexy and that's
So
why
do
people
I
don't
with Kevin
celebrate
Love.
it,
Yeah.
then how come those same Clarkie fans were celebrating Kiki Arifin double streak? They were celebrating that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Why are they celebrating that? And the reason why they're celebrating her
Because
because
it was an angel.
she's not a threat to them. She's not a threat to their narrative of CC and CC alone, save the WNBA. Instead of CC and Angel, save the WNBA. But they want the narrative to be CC alone celebrate this, save the WNBA. And because of that,
difficult.
that's why they would do everything to diminish everything that Angel do great, including being a third best player on the team, as if they don't got Leah Boston Day. They constantly celebrate, and she clearly the third best player on her team. And so this is why I say journalists like these two is not telling the truth.
Yeah.
Because
they get to a point and they just say certain things, right? I love what Duvall is saying, and I'm sure he has a lot more, but I'm gonna come off this video because just the mere fact that when we're talking about just the rebounding and Angel's ability and just her giving her team, for me, we can sit here, we can talk about rebounds all day, but the biggest thing for those rebounds is giving your team an opportunity from a missed shot to be able to get the ball back and have a second chance, and maybe even a third shot at it. And that's the most important thing when it comes to basketball. It's not about all this other crazy things that people want to spill these narratives. I can't get behind that. I'm a coach by blood, so I will never get behind that. And those are people who speaks on things like that and say that it's unrealistic or it's not, a big deal, or those that aren't really true deep rooted fans of the game itself, whether it's men or women. Like, the sport is the sport, and there's things that we do in the sport that will basically affect us. ADP, are you still with us?
I'm right here. I'm listening.
Okay, I just want to make sure you're still there.
I was thinking the same thing, Tony, because I can't see her monogram, but I guess it's there somewhere in the black.
Yeah, so I just wanted to
like you in stealth ADP. We can't see you on the screen.
Oh.
I could see you. I could see you right here in the middle.
Okay. Guess you got better eyes than me, Tony.
But
right.
that's why I wanted to play some of this.
Okay,
I did not get to see this because again, I was on the show, like, maybe I think some people saw me run in for a second. I said hi, I hit the thumbs up, and then I had to leave. But this was these guys always have pretty good takes. Go ahead.
But with me, the reason why I always like stuff with this, because it always shows the fascination that we have with media and how they set narratives that are not even things that you yourself would talk about. Because first of all, you can read a scouting report, you can read her high school report, you can read her transfer report, you can go talk to her coach. I guarantee you, when you talk to Smesco or Tyler Marsh, they're going to talk about a bunch of things besides rebounding. So when a discussion is just about rebounding, look, we know they claim she could be the all-time best, but just because you can be the all-time best at one particular part of your game, that doesn't mean you don't talk
Right.
about the rest of the person's game. That's the issue. That's the issue that I have, right? Because it's the combination of, first of all, I'll tell you another thing, they haven't talked about her at all because of all the fake videos, but now they're starting to creep it in the conversation. Angel is
And let me, yeah, go ahead.
Angel's a superior athlete. She's
Mhm.
very strong. She's
Yeah.
fast. And she's explosive. So this not only gives her the ability to rebound, but this also gives her the ability to do the stuff that she does offensively on the court equally as well. So when they talk about just the rebounding, well, guess what? It's because she's strong. It's because she's long. It's because she's
Right.
explosive. It's because she can. It's also because she also has a high basketball IQ, and these things benefit in offense as well. So
Yeah,
if
so let me get to this statement here.
Sure.
with my guy, Anthony. Anthony's question was, if that wasn't true, so if that's true, why did CC get 40 televised games and not Reese? First of all, let's
I can
get
answer
to
that
it,
one.
because this is no, I got it, because I know you're gonna read a whole lot, but let's make it nice and simple, right? Why did she get it? Because of the push. As simple as that, right? They wanted to push one over the other, and that's why she got it. The oohs and the ahs, and I think I said it before about the offense versus defense, right? Offense sells tickets. Offense is flashy. It's what everybody want to see. It's the deep ball. It's all those different things, and CC gave the W that, right? Super easy. She was the number one pick. It's another no-brainer. It's super easy, but it doesn't diminish what Angel brought to the table as well.
Right.
You don't bring, put it this way, you don't bring Angel, if Angel stays back because she was eligible to stay back another year in college and would have came out last year with Paige Beckers. Now you're fighting to really see who's going to be your rookie of the year. Would it have been Angel? Would it have been Paige Beckers? Right? She was eligible to stay back another year. She said no, she was going to come out. Point blank. It's that, right? But here's where we are to get to this point. You turn around and you say, okay, rebounding, if you're not looking at the player for what she really is versus the narrative that's put out, then of course. And then you put her on a team that's not that great at all. So, and you have to look at it in a whole. I think we've seen enough channels, we've had enough discussion about the who, what, when, why, and how, who pushed, how the push happened, what was the reasoning behind it, what was the purpose. We're still saying the same thing, right?
The speculation.
The team that she was on was not that good. Chicago, I'm not gonna put 40 games of Chicago on there knowing that they have no way of winning in that capacity. The Fever was a team that was a winning team. CC added to that team, right? Her ability to be able to have the free reigns that she has of being able to run the team, control the team, put up the shots whenever she wants to, have the attitude that she has right now. All of that has brought CC to where it is right now, and it looks a hot mess for her personally, right? But that's not the takeaway. If she got the 40 games because this is what they want to push from the W, because she took the deals that they wanted her to take, and Angel said no. Angel said, I'm going to do my own thing, my own way. Then that's fine. We not going to keep playing that scenario over and over. Right?
I agree.
CC got the 40 games, but guess what? This
as
also,
if he doesn't know. As if he doesn't know.
No. Well, that's why I'm saying that. That's why I'm explaining it as such. And he does know, because I've seen Anthony in quite a few.
Agreed.
Quite a few. So he does know. It's a question as to, if that's the case, then why isn't CC, why did they give it to CC? We know why. So that's why I'm not going down that long road, MSL. It wants to take us down a whole nother long road that I'm not going to go down, right? But what this season does with giving her all 40 games live, when they're getting spanked, number one, right? When they're getting spanked, it's a problem. When she is showing that she cannot be a team player, that's another problem. That's a discourse for her in the eyes.
Well,
of the
I'm watching her
right?
right
And
now,
then
and
you're
she's taking
watching
like
the
4 shots in a
fighting.
row
Yeah,
from
you're
3.
watching the fighting, you're watching the cursing out referees, telling referees to come here like she owned them, like they're little dogs, like all of that stuff. That spills a narrative for CC down the line, and that's not going to fare well with her career. So we can gloat and be happy about the 40
She's
games,
not a
but
point
if
guard. That's all I
they
can tell you.
don't
She's
get it
not a point guard.
together, if she doesn't get it together, this year is going to have a turning point on her career in the W. So
Yes.
as fans of CC, what should be happening is saying, hey, get your shit together. Hey, stop acting like this. Hey, don't, we like this person. I like her being edgy on the floor. Don't get me wrong. I like her being edgy, but I don't like the disrespect. Being edgy and being disrespectful are two different things. The sport allows you to be edgy. It allows you to have the energy and the passion when you're playing against people, but getting in people's face, flat out, just sitting on the bench looking at somebody and calling them straight out bitch without covering your mouth, knowing that it's going to be clipped. Those are the immaturity portions of her game that we would like to see her get better at. That's it.
And can I touch on that too, Tony?
Go ahead.
So what I'm noticing now, even with the guys that you played on the screen, is that they can't get over. They had and still have, even though they say a little bit here and there, they still have Angel Reese in a box where they're only seeing rebounds. Angel can do more than just rebounds. You know what I'm saying? And it's with this team now, they're gonna see a lot more of Angel's game.
No, but here's the thing. Here's the thing, ADP.
Let her finish. Let her finish.
Yeah, they're so stuck on her rebounds. That's all they see. That's all they talk about. Rebound, rebound, rebound. Well, Angel Reese is more than a rebound queen. She can do more than that. And you're starting to see it with her assists and her. I mean, she's had the scoring, so I don't have any problem with her scoring. And Anthony also said, well, she's doing threes and she's not fulfilling her threes.
Yeah, no, they're talking about what she's doing right now.
Let me tell you something. That doesn't mean that she can't do it and she won't prosper in what she's doing. Just because it's not on your time and you can't see it, just wait for it. Because she already showing you now. That's why you got everybody flipping sides. Now everybody want to come on that side. No, stay on that side. You've been on that side. Stay on that side. Everybody want to come on that side. Now that they now see what Angel can do. And Angel doesn't have to prove anything to anybody. And even with me being an LSU fan with Angel Reese, I had to go back. Big Girl was like ADP. For you know what I'm saying, Tony, for you to understand players. You have to go back and research their high school and college games. You have to do that so that you can see what is translating into the W. And just because it doesn't happen when everybody wants it to, doesn't mean it's not going to happen, because we're seeing that with her being on the Atlanta Dream. But it's just sad. All they talk about, same one, rebound. You know, and even with them talking about it, you don't see everybody wanting to do it. If it was, not a lot of people want to do the rebounding. They don't want everybody to run from rebounding. You know what I'm saying, Tony? So, they stuck in that regardless. They'll say something cool and then they'll get back to the rebound. They can't get off that rebounding. And that's why it will continue to be a surprise to those type of fan bases, because they have her in their own personal box.
But ADP, but the hilarious part was, if Tony would have kept playing the video, Duval started reading the scoring of a lot of these top rebounders in the past, and Angel scoring is better than most, if not all of them. So
we've shown that part before on another clip. So I saw that he had more, but I had other things that I wanted to show, so I have to cut his video
No,
short.
I got
'cause I'm-
you.
yeah,
So
I'm gonna have to get off here in about another 10 minutes. So
no, I got you. So he showed that. So it's all cap, right? It's all cap.
mhm,
And the thing that I would offer also is Tony, kind of like
mhm,
when ABC said, "Oh, well, maybe we underrated Angel." Well, and we
mhm,
talked
mhm.
about too much of her deficiencies. Well, there are 10 deficiencies I can tell you about Caitlin Clark, but y'all are not allowed to talk about them
Yeah,
because
I don't want to talk about her.
Angel's the only player that you can talk about their deficiencies, but no one else in the WNBA has deficiencies, right? Only Angel Reese. And that's the part that's capped. And that's the part that I would push back and challenge all these people, because if you were to discuss the other girl or all players as you do Angel Reese, then it would not be no issue. But the problem is because it's only Angel Reese where you talk about alleged, and I'm using the word alleged deficiencies, then to the casual or the person that doesn't really follow the sport, now they think, oh, well, there must be something wrong with her because she's the only one where they talk about deficiencies, when in reality they all have deficiencies. It's like the quote unquote miss layups, right? All WNBA players miss layups, right? We
And
see it
then
all. We
you got the
see
new
it all the time.
crowd coming in too.
Okay.
But
You
it's
have
Yeah.
only focused with Angel. It doesn't mean she can or couldn't get better. However, you would think the casual
Patron
would think
has
that it's
11. Let me look. Go
that
ahead.
it's only
'Cause I gotta
Angel
get
when
to
it
this game.
comes
Go
to
ahead.
miss layups, and that's just not true. So the focus on rebounds, I agree with you, ADP. It's cap because she's always had a well-rounded game. She had the well-rounded game today, and they know the answers to this because they speak to the coaches. They they speak to the coaches. They know what her game is, but because it's media, and as Duval said, they're trying to follow a script. They only want to talk about one particular thing when her game is so much better and broader than that.
Right.
And then I
So
was
let's
saying
get to.
too.
I'm gonna let you finish ADP,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna get to this video. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So no, I was just gonna say that new class coming in, they can do more than just shoot threes.
Oh yeah, let me tell you something. That new
do
class is
assists.
gonna
This
kill the
new,
league.
this new, and if Juju don't stay an extra year, even with Juju, if she stay an extra year, Tony, the ones that's getting ready to come up in here,
I will stay still
they
one
ain't
more
gonna
year.
be no joke. And I gotta talk to you about Audie. Audie has something to say, girl. I gotta.
Yeah, I'm looking at Audie right here. So yeah, tell me that in a little bit. Hold on, let me play
we'll
this.
talk
Let me
about
play
that
this
later.
video.
But I
Okay,
just
yeah.
go ahead and play your video, Tony.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
looking
that's
at
the one
Audie
with
right now.
Isabella
Yeah.
Harrison, right?
Yeah, so I wanted to play this and kind of give more context of this situation between Harrison and
Yeah, I
Angel,
love
and I
her
think we
ending on this
spoke
video.
about
Her
it
ending was fire.
already, and then so we're just gonna bring it back, right? Because I spoke about it, like I said in my last video on Monday, but I want to bring this back up just real quick, right?
Okay.
To blue collar crime. I like to examine things. And today's evidence leads us to a flagrant foul, $1,000 fine, a locker room that seemed to already have some smoke in it, and a woman who laughed while walking off the court after getting ejected. Angel Reese got slammed to the hardwood in a flagrant 2 foul by Izzy Harrison, a player a lot of us had to look up. This one act illuminates 5 points that all point to the same conclusion. Sometimes it be your own people. I have the receipts. Let's watch the clip. This is the Yasmin breakdown.
Orlay for Howard. And a foul. Oh my, where they're getting into it. That's Isabel Harrison and Angel Reese.
Look, this is obviously spillover from the first half. But you love an emotional fight. That's a hard foul. That's hard-nosed basketball.
And that commentator don't know what she's talking about.
Notice that's hard-nosed basketball. You love an emotional game, right?
What happens sometimes when you're both out there banging in the post.
And you can see them already in close prior to Reese getting that ball.
Sometimes that's what happens when you are in there close.
You said it, Tamika. Definitely spill over from
Sometimes that happens.
how things were
Bull
established
crap.
in the first half. Yeah, the tempo dominated the first quarter. Atlanta taking over in the second, and Angel Reese kind of being in the crosshairs of so much action.
Well, I think if I was Isabel,
Now, after Izzy Harrison threw Angel Reese to the hardwood in a flagrant 2 foul, a call that results in a automatic ejection because of how dangerous it is. You heard some of the sports commentary. Sometimes it happens, you like emotional sort of a game. Oh, well, Angel Reese, she's just in the crosshairs. But let me be very specific right now about what is happening. That type of language, that is a cover. That is commentary doing the work of minimization. And I need you to pay attention exactly to what is being minimized and why. If Angel Reese had thrown Caitlin Clark to that floor, the words used would not have been sometimes that happens when you're rough on the floor. The words would have been used overly aggressive, potentially trying to injure another player, conduct unbecoming a professional, should face a suspension. We know this. We've seen this script run before. And the reason the script changes when both players are Black is not accidental. It is the operating logic of a media structure that doesn't apply the same moral weight to Black on Black harm. There is also a deeper cultural hazard here. When a Black person in a professional setting fails to show restraint, even in sport, even in a moment of competition, it becomes ammunition for the savage trope, animalistic, lacking control. That framing has been used against Black people for centuries. It shows up in athletics, in criminal justice, in everyday life. The commentary that shrugs and says, that's just basketball, which is essentially what you heard the people say, gives cover to something that is not just basketball. It protects the perpetrator from accountability and quietly reinforces the narrative that Black women in this league are interchangeable, that what's done to them doesn't require the same outrage. Is this the energy you came to see? Probably not, because sometimes it be your own people. Let's go to point 2. Natasha Cloud is a professional WNBA player. She is also allegedly Izzy Harrison's girlfriend. Natasha Cloud went on record on Threads and said, quote, I like that edge. Now, the fans responded, they clapped back, Cloud clarified, there was back and forth. I get all of it, right? Now, here's the thing. You play ball, you know what a flagrant 2 means. A flagrant 2 foul is the league saying the foul had the potential to injure someone. That foul crossed the line. If you can comment on the game and praise the edge without addressing unsportsmanlike conduct, you don't have to condemn your girlfriend publicly, but you also don't have to go on record and celebrate it. And here's what I want to say. I'm sure Natasha Cloud as a player would not have wanted to be on the receiving end of a foul like that. Sometimes it be your own people. Point 3. Flagrant fouls are penalized for a reason. They are not routine hard fouls.
Yes.
A flagrant 2 carries automatic ejection.
Yes.
Because the league has determined that the contact was unnecessary, excessive, and carried a real risk of injury. Izzy Harrison was ejected. She was fined $1,000. But here's the thing. She actually laughed walking to the locker room. Like, seriously, the laugh tells us something. It tells us this foul was not an accident of intensity. There was no remorse. You know, there was no, I got caught up in the moment, right? No recognition that she had just slammed a colleague into the ground in a professional setting. The laugh on some level suggested that she was satisfied.
Yeah.
But what was the motivation behind this foul? Because watching it, it looks personal. Because if this is personal, then we are dealing with something that went beyond the game and perhaps before tip off. To Angel Reese's credit, she composed herself and her team won by 25 points. The Dream beat the Tempo 102-77. If you looked to rattle Angel Reese, you failed. If you look to distract the Dream, you failed. But if you look to fire up the Dream, you succeeded. And here's the thing it leaves me with. Sometimes it be your own people. But here's the backstory that I want you guys to know about. People don't just slam other people to the floor
no
out
reason.
of nowhere. In 2023,
There you
Izzy
go.
Harrison signs with the Chicago Sky.
Yeah.
In 2023 season, Harrison misses the entire year due to a knee injury, not Angel's fault. 2024, Chicago drafts Angel Reese, who plays the same position as Harrison. Harrison presumably expected to start for this team when she returned from injury, right? But since they have drafted Angel, maybe she's no longer in that position, right? But again, not Angel's fault. There are reports of perceived preferential treatment by head coach Teresa Witherspoon toward Angel Reese, not Angel's fault. But here's what happens when you are a competitor who has been hurt, who has worked to come back, who then sees the spotlight land on someone else at your position. Sometimes the anger lands on the wrong person. The Sky organization made a business decision. The coach made her decisions. None of that was Angel Reese's doing. But when I think about the Chicago Sky and sort of this line of thinking, it reminds me of David and Goliath. You cannot win a fight with Goliath. So instead of aiming at the organization, the Chicago Sky, the anger gets redirected at another David. And then David gets slammed to the hardwood. I understand frustration. I understand competition, but slamming a colleague to the floor because the organization made choices that you didn't like is misdirected anger. Sometimes it be your own people. Here's the fifth point. The spotlight on Angel Reese, she has earned. Let's name it because we all know it's there. People don't like that Angel has a shoe deal with Reebok. People don't like that she walked in the Victoria's Secret fashion show. People don't like that she has a podcast. People don't like her game day fits, her presence, her following, her cultural footprint. People don't like that she is that girl. And here's the thing about being that girl. The people who want to be that girl cannot stand watching Angel Reese be exactly who she is. The fans and the public choose who they choose. They like who they like. Angel Reese did not manufacture her fan base out of thin air. She built it with her personality, her game, her confidence, and her willingness to fully be herself in public, including when people came for her. That authenticity is why people respond to Angel Reese. Period. What this flagrant foul actually accomplished, the moment generated empathy for Angel Reese from people who may have been ambivalent towards her before. Angel Reese is not just fighting opponents in the game. She's fighting for her right to exist.
See you later,
her
AC.
level. Because sometimes it be your own people. That is certainly one to grow on. Please follow, subscribe,
drop.
comment.
Mic drop.
Next time.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Can't look. This was great. I think, let me see. I think I started following her. Let me subscribe. I hit the like button. Let me subscribe because I gotta follow her.
Mic drop.
Tony, message it to me so I can follow her too, because she
okay.
ate and didn't leave no crumbs.
Yes, let me do that right now. Actually, you know what? I emailed this clip to myself, so let me just go to the clip, and I can.
And then look, bars and takes. Tony, did y'all know? Just a little bit off the
Uh-huh.
subject, but
No, you're
you know
good.
our girl, she's so hilarious. Her crazy, but
Uh-huh.
she did a thing with the mercury and stuff, right?
Hmm.
Girl, why she go research and they how the temperature team got all them people in there with $10 tickets.
Oh, I saw that too.
You saw
I just sent you. I just sent it to you. I sent it to you. But her take was,
okay.
I wanted. So I had a lot of, and y'all know I usually don't have a lot of clips. I like to come up and I
They
like to
eating
just
up in
kind of
there.
spit facts. You know, going through the sport. I think that
Yeah.
this was definitely well said, very, very clear. She was very knowledgeable. I think
Yes.
I believe I said all of that in my last video, but the way she put it in context and just the different
Right.
things that followed along with it, I did say the same thing, but hers to me, I like her take a lot better than my own. But it was really great, and shout out to her. Her name is Yami. I appreciate her and the things that she said. It was very, very helpful for those that don't know the context behind why Izzy did what she did. Not only that, Angel came in and took her and those teammates to the Meg the Stallion concert, took them places, did things with them, gave them gifts, and it just sometimes I think Angel's to the point now where she's not doing any of that stuff anymore, like she did with this team because they're a different breed, right? We know that Leash wanted to meet Ti, so what better way to get her to see Ti, right? So she took her to an event that had Ti there. It was a dream of hers, and so although sometimes because you're in a city with someone doesn't mean that you have access to them, and so as long as Leash has been playing in Atlanta. She's never had an opportunity to just go and sit and be at a concert or just be able to actually meet him. She wanted to meet him. Like she said, if he comes to a game, man, that would be a dream come true. And I know him. If Hey, if a fan wants it, he's gonna make it happen. He knows
Yeah.
that she
He
wanted
kept
to
his
see him and
word.
meet him, so he
Yeah.
made it happen. Yeah, that is
Yep.
him, right? Right now he's just really busy. So whenever he can get to a game, I'm sure he'll get to a game, he and his wife. But I think that just things like that. Angel is so giving. And she's so supportive of everyone. Sometimes you wonder the things that she's going through. And I say this too. I'm gonna put this along with what I'm saying, right? God makes no mistakes, and He doesn't give you what you can't handle, too much that you can't handle. Anything that you go through is something that is meant to happen because you're a strong person. And sometimes we look at it and we want to kind of defend and try to stop things. And why are you doing this? And what's the purpose of that? Because we want everybody to be safe. We look at the safe word, the word of easy, and that's just not life. Life is it takes you places that you want to go and places you don't want to go. It's just it's extremely exciting. So I think that again, Angel will be fine, and it's made her the person she is today. And so with having that is easy. He said a Hogball said Lil Boosie needs to go to a game. That would just be an added bonus to the W because he goes to the India
LSU
game.
games.
Well, no, we're talking about from the pro level. He goes to the men
Oh,
game.
okay.
So it would be nice for him to go to the women's game. He already know Angel. He's already done stuff with Angel. He knows her personally. I'm sure that whenever she reaches out, or if someone asks for him, she'll get him out there. But that's just her. She knows a lot of those artists. I would love to see him there too with his old silly self. He is silly, 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 silly. So Angel has our motion and movement, but she is free hearted and giving to others. She absolutely is. She is very, very giving of others, very free hearted. She wants to see everyone win. She wants people to be happy. She wants them to have the things that she have. She just wants them to work for it, like she had to work for it, which is absolutely easy, right? But she doesn't mind taking her teammates along the way and enjoying some of the perks that she has and different things like that. And she's shared that time and time and again. I just hope that this team is a team that not only takes advantage of that, but continue to be a loving, a caring team, a team that supports her, a team that has her back. Right now, we're seeing all that from her teammates, right? Like we could say it 100 times over. Rye and Leash both talked about how they wanted her there, why, the importance, the big piece, her being the missing piece, and that she doesn't have to worry about anything but basketball. I would love for her to continue to just worry about just that, and it makes it a lot easier for her. And then it's easy also for her to continue to show the love and pour out her unwavering support for her team, and continue to be giving, and definitely carefree with heartfelt moments with her team. So yes, Bootsy might go when Seattle goes to ATL. He's close to Big Four. Yeah, that would be nice.
I I like how at the end
Mhm.
when she said, and I know you went along with her and said that girl, even though she said a slight variation of it. It's like she said people who are mad at women who are that girl are people who want to be that girl, and you can see that being Izzy. Pretty Barney, can't it's hard to tell, but Pretty in the chat said that allegedly Izzy was up for a Sephora cosmetics
Yeah.
contract in 2024. And for whatever reason, she didn't get it. Angel does. They're flying around her in airplanes, but I had said to Pretty, that's still not Angel's fault. So I don't know why Izzy would be upset with Angel. That's your life.
Well,
And like
it's a number of things, Marcel. And I don't mean to cut you off. It's the deal, it's the playing time, it's just the
the
motion,
notoriety, the
right?
looks,
You're right.
the
So all of those
adulation,
different things, and like they said, she has it now, but she has it in
the fact
Canada.
that she
She
may
doesn't
be
have it
busting
here.
your ass in practice.
Yeah. So I mean, but I go back to say this, right? That year you were coming off of an injury, and although it probably would have been ideal to let you get the minutes and work your way in the starting lineup, because who were they going to sit Williams down? They weren't. So
It wouldn't
you
make
were
sense when
in
you
the
have a fresh young
position of
body.
Angel. Williams is in the position of Reese. I mean, is in the position of Camilla. So, in order for Camilla to get the minutes, Williams was going to have to sit down. In order for Izzy to play, Angel was going to have to sit down. Angel already knew coming into the league, and everybody already knows that she was supposed to come off the bench. But Angel went in, she showed herself, she played really hard, and she earned the spot. It is what it is. And if that means she earns the spot because Izzy was still coming from the recovery, it is what it is. And Izzy got to let it go. Just let it go, baby. It's not that difficult. Let it go. Let it go. Now, are you mad because of the
No,
deal? Then let it go. It's over with.
no, she has allowed Angel to torment her, and we didn't really get into it, but even in the last game they played, like I've
Mhm.
never seen Izzy move around like that. I've never seen her jump around like that. I've never seen her
Mhm.
play so aggressive. She scored another season high, 21,
Mhm.
21 points, and it had absolutely no impact. Like it didn't
No.
mean a damn thing, right? Like you don't
Right.
even notice it, right? So
Mhm.
you scored 21 points. So does that make you happy? And if that does it for you, then God bless you.
Yeah. And so, guys, it's been great. We are on 3 hours. I have to get my buns out of here. We got to get ready for the dream game. But before I get finished, before I get to the dream game, I'm gonna go up here and see what's going on with my brother,
Oh, the
Bro
Sky
Claude.
played Portland. I just got the
And
notification.
yeah, let me go catch up with him so we can
What
get
he doing? What Gummy doing? I ain't get a. Let me see. I didn't get a notification.
Gummy needs to be getting ready to call the Sky game. Well, he's probably already on there. They're in the first quarter.
Oh,
So
that's what they was talking about.
let me go
Games.
check on
Okay.
him and
Is
See
it
what he
in
has
Portland? No, I
going
guess it's in Chicago since it's 8 o'clock, right?
on. Let me see. Where is it? Oh, mm,
No, it's probably in Chicago since it's at 8 o'clock.
it's not telling. It's not telling me where. It's not telling me if it's there.
They
But
should.
yeah, so
Hopefully
that's
they're gonna
going
win this.
on. Fever's playing. I hear. Wait a minute. No, are they playing? No, they're not playing. Who is he? Oh, maybe he's
No,
watching.
the Fever's on
Maybe they're not
USA.
playing.
Yours may be on League Pass.
Yeah,
Let me
I'll look
see.
at it. So there's 3
Yeah,
games
he
going
doing
on right now.
Chicago Sky
Yeah,
versus Portland.
he
Yeah.
got Sky. He got Sky going on. So I probably should have did
Yeah, I
Minnesota, but
see it.
I needed
Oh
to do
yeah,
my
it's
other show.
13-13. It's in the
Oh
first.
yeah,
Yes,
Tony, before you go,
13-15 now.
Minnesota, didn't they
Uh-huh.
lead? They lost the last game, right?
Yeah, they lost their last game.
Okay.
It was it's an error on. It's a pretty much an error on my girl Olivia Miles. That's a rookie mistake. So
You mean
sometimes
that
you gotta
1 for
learn
10
from
game
those.
or when
So
she threw away
it
the
just
pass
is
the
what it
last
is.
game?
Threw away the pass. Yeah. And with that being said, guys, it's been great. I appreciate you, MSL. Always ADP. Thank you, chat.
Thank you,
Y'all have been
Tony.
very engaged. I appreciate you. I know that I'm holding y'all up from going to see y'all games. I got some people fans that's been giving the score of this game. I had some people giving the scores of Citron for what she's doing versus the Minnesota, and right now Washington is up by 3. It's Washington is they're coming up.
They look good.
They're working
look
through
good.
Yeah,
their
they're
they're working through
slowly
their
creeping
kinks.
their way up.
So it's gonna be
They look
interesting
like
to
a
see.
team. They look like a team you don't want to mess with.
Yeah.
I don't know about all that, but
It's gonna definitely be they're big. They're a big team just like New York, right? And they got that win over them as well. They just did a lot of containment, which is super easy. But again, thank you guys so much.
Okay,
Look,
Tom.
this was great. This was a great show, great panel, great chat, good conversation, and what a night for the Atlanta Dream on the 22nd to get another win, build the momentum moving forward. This game here with the Valks is going to be a very tough game.
Is 42 gonna be there?
I don't know. We're gonna see. We're gonna see.
Just
But we just want to see it. We want to try to do what we can and get the victory, and then the victory over the Temple, as I said, with this game, and continue moving forward. The Dream showing resilience, balance, and a defensive intensity. They're going to need defensive intensity in this game tonight.
It's the same old same old.
And we're going to need
long enough till they
we're going
lose.
to need Ryan and Leash to, of course, be on their game, but we're going to need Nas to be able to knock down some shots because, of course, the game plan for the entire W is to keep Reese out of the paint or to keep her off the boards as much as possible. And that's the way it's supposed to be. It's part of the game.
And Tony, I sent you something on Threads. Kim Mulkey granddaughter's birthday, and she has on Angel Reese Chicago jersey.
What?
So
Let me go.
I sent it to you on Threads. So I was like, "Oh, Tony, I love that."
Real quick, let me show that before.
Because we love our Lady Tigers.
Let's see.
I put it in your message.
Yeah,
somebody said, "Tell Kim to change the jersey to the Dream." I was like, "Leave that baby alone. She want to wear number 5 now." She got little glasses on.
You put it in the.
I sent it to you on Threads in your messages in Threads.
Oh, Threads, girl. I'm way over here. I'm in the wrong thing. Let me go to Threads. Go to Threads, Tony. She said Threads. What are you doing? Go to Threads. Okay, let me go to Threads. That is Threads. Let's go to it. Message. Here we go. Message. Ay. This is too cute. Well, baby, we got to change that color. We got to change it. That is so cute. Let me post it y'all so y'all can see real quick before we get up out of here. That's too
Kim
cute.
love her babies, and her
Wow,
babies love
Kim
Kim
love
love her babies, and her
Wow,
babies love
Chicago is
Angel
playing
too.
tonight.
Right? She trying to make a statement, Tony.
There you go. Look at her, boy. She said, I'm Angel Reese. Look who liked it. Look who's at the bottom. None other than
Wait,
Teaspoon.
wait, Kim.
Teaspoon.
That's her grandbaby.
That's
Her
Kim Mulkey's
granddaughter.
grandbaby.
Wait, Kim ain't sent her. Angel ain't sent her no Atlanta gear yet.
She probably will after
Look
this.
here, and Angel didn't have time to get her own mama a jersey.
Yeah, she did.
That stuff sold out so fast. Angel didn't have time to get nobody nothing. It
I
was
hope she saw
sold
this, Tone.
out. The red finally, there's more of the red, but
And I know the
man,
Rebel one is probably the hardest to get, right?
yeah, it's just nowhere. I've been looking for it.
Yeah,
That's the one I
that
want.
looks really good. That looks really
That's
good.
the only one I want. I don't even want the other one. I want that one right there.
Yeah, that red, the gold. Tony, you getting the red ones too? We gotta let Tony.
I got the red one. I want that Rebel.
You got the red ones? Oh man.
Yeah, I got the red one.
Yeah, nah, I'm getting up out of here, y'all. I'm getting up out of here.
Okay.
We can do another hour. Guys, thank you so much again.
Thank you, Tone.
Hit the like button if you have not hit that like button. Hit it on the way out the door. Also subscribe if you are not a subscriber. Thank you, Tiffany Cole. I need you up here on the panel. We're gonna find some time. Just send me a DM. We gotta find some time because I do miss you, Chica. I got to have you up here.
Tiffany be on that late block, Tony.
Yeah, she be on that block with with all them late birds. But we know her schedule is different.
Hey, you part of that late crowd, ADP.
Yeah, Tony. Sometimes she used to, but her work schedule and stuff. She can't do that all the time, and I had to slow down too. I can't do it all the time. Maybe twice a week, but that's it.
I was sleeping on my shows, boy. We're doing games. I'm sitting there like
you're not. Just so you know, you're not the only one. I'll leave it at that.
Raquel's like, hey, sending me a message. Hey.
I've heard several of them late night folks sleep on these shows.
Yeah, because we're trying to get them hours in, man. We got the hours in, so we're good to go. But all right,
there's some that I've heard. There's some that I've heard snoring.
Oh, he's talking about Bro
on the next rebound. I have to.
No, it's not just Bro. It's not just Bro Club. He's not the only one.
Oh.
Bye. Catch you on the next rebound.